finally started. We're gonna have a glitch of one screen to work with tonight, but thank you guys for showing up at the chat. Sophie, William, everybody. I can't see, so I've got to go into literally I have one screen. But yep, we've got two guests and my husband with us tonight. If you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Go ahead.
Agnosis Paradigm. I have a channel on YouTube. I'm a little bit of a cunt. Just a little bit of one.
We like our cunts.
I am Sir Wolfie at the Church of Sir Wolfie, and everybody loves to kneel for me.
Is there any money in it?
Who needs money?
Oh,
and as you guys know, I am Mercolium. I am here to give support to Rag.
Lies and deceit. All right. It's gonna do that screenception thing on me if I try to screen share my screen, isn't it?
Only if you have Hangouts on top.
Oh, what if I just shrink that shit? I can't do that. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see. Is it still doing the inception?
Nope. It's on your YouTube channel.
Well, fuck yeah. So, yep, I can't do it. Merc was busy with his computer, so I had to...
Now it's a screenception.
Yeah. Oh, fuck it. All right, so I'm going to spin the wheel. You guys won't be able to see my articles. God damn it. But, suck. Oh, well. I will just make it happen. Next time I'll make sure Merc's off his damn computer for this.
Benny says, where's his invite?
Benny, I sent it to you in the fucking Twitter. God damn it, Benny. I will resend it to you. Where'd it go? Twitter! I hate Twitter.
Would you like me to work your back end for you a little bit?
Wow. On air, honey? I don't think that's a good idea. I really don't think that's a good idea.
Or it didn't happen.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see if that works. All right. No, that's my YouTube. God damn it. See, I'm not used to trying to do this with just one screen. Hold on, Benny.
Wolfshot says, where's her invite?
God damn it, she was doing a stream. I didn't want to take her away from what she was doing. Okay, there's yours, Benny.
You can more than one thing at once.
And there we go. There's Wolfshots. All right, there we go. All right, so everybody got their invites. Or thought this would be so complicated, but it is. All right. So let's see if those other two join us. Come on, Benny. Come on, Wolfshot. All right. And you guys are just going to have to believe me on the wheel here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the... hey, what's up, Wolfshot?
Hey, I'm here to fuck shit up.
The sexy bitch is here.
Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome to my own personal hell.
The neutered wolf is talking.
Oh, Red, how's my favorite little ginger snap doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm working literally one-handed, it seems like right now, but...
Oh.
Nice.
Benny got it.
Benny got it. Anyway, I will tell you guys the topics that are on the wheel that I would normally show, and I'll have this shit sorted out next week. But tonight's topics are Strip for the Gold, Trick-or-Treating, Nana Plays Nazi, Adventures in Babysitting, What's Olive Oil to Fuss About, Alt-right, Balpin.
All right, who's fucking like echoing and you cut out at the last part, babe?
I said I was echoing on your thing, Merc. I said I was. You're going to have to put yourself on push to talk. Let's see.
There's no push to talk.
Yay. Well, no, Merc and I are in the same room, so. Normally, when we do our shows, I go out to the living room with my laptop. Or when last week when I started doing my show, he was participating from his phone. So, but the last topic was what you talking about, President. So.
Oh, here we go.
All right. Let's see.
All right.
Ooh, trick-or-treating.
Yes.
So, anybody want to take a shot at what this is going to be about?
Is it gonna be about costumes?
Riley J. Dennis.
Costumes.
Costumes it is, but it's God, see, this is where I hate it. Mark, I'm gonna put this in the side chat. I want you to present this because this needs to be watched.
What to
Yes,
wear and when to wear it. Yes,
See,
mistress.
I found this really amazing cartoon series called Freedom Tunes,
Yes, Freedom Tunes, yes.
and they put an episode out today called Trick or Treating or something along those lines. So, and with all the SJW stuff, I saw today that apparently parents are even considering the Moana costumes as cultural appropriation, and they're really fighting about it.
Well,
So-
that's because, well, what Moana is obviously Samoan.
Yeah.
Dissenting. So, I did see an article where it was a little kid. He's like in Maui's in the Maui costume, and someone got really triggered because of it. He goes, "This is appropriating Samoan culture."
Oh my god! So let's
We
see. I'm
used
gonna
we-
do this here. Let's see. Can you present, Merc, or do I need to do it for you?
Click on my avatar, and it
Mhm.
should keep me on the screen.
Okay. For everybody or just me?
It should be for everybody.
Can everybody see the cartoon?
There
Yes.
should be a section that says "percent everyone."
Yeah.
There we go. So, and I'm not ignoring the chat. I just really can't see it. So if anybody can see the chat and if anything said, let me know. So, hey, Tanuki, you joined us. Yay. And Red's drinking.
Do you hear that? That's the sound of my bed calling. I'm very tired right now.
Well, I appreciate you coming to join us for a little bit then.
Oh, I'm happy to join you.
But the first up is a cartoon.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right, Mark, go
I'm
ahead
not
and play whenever you're ready.
I'm not sure if the audio is going to come through, so let me know if it does.
Put your headphone on your mic. Oh, put your headphones on your mic.
Hold on.
What's it I had to do last time?
Would only be responsible of me to
All right, back it up.
duty as a journalist.
Read to.
There we go.
Welcome to the Echo Chamber. I'm your host, Dr. Mac. With Halloween just around the corner, it would only be responsible of me to fulfill my civic duty as a journalist by alerting
Volume up.
as to the
It is
dangers
up.
that your child could be facing this October holiday. While in the past, parents used to worry about nonsense such as razor-ridden candy or sickos poisoning my kids and pedophiles kidnapping them while they're unsupervised. We now understand that the most terrifying thing on Halloween is cultural appropriation. That's right. You don't want to go trick-or-treating, do you? You may have found a costume that you enjoy, but did you remember to ask permission? In case not, we've brought Megan, our local gender studies expert, to let you know what you can wear.
Oh, boy.
How are you today, Mac?
Good, good. Nice outfit tonight.
Are you seriously commenting on my choice of clothing? That is crazy. Problematic. You don't get to tell other people what to wear, Mac.
Right. My mistake. Megan, can I wear this for Halloween?
Absolutely not. That is extremely demeaning to Native Americans, Mac.
Okay. What about this? Can I wear this, Mommy?
That is trans-based. You can't dress as a woman unless you identify as one.
You should be aware of these costumes and many others. Don't wear them this Halloween. Instead, go with something bland and inoffensive, like a witch.
Are you serious, Mac? That trivializes and stigmatizes Wicca as a religion.
Oh, well, go as a mummy.
A mummy? Wow, you do know that appropriates ancient Egyptian culture, right?
A skeleton?
That's shaming.
Pirate?
Pretending to be missing an eye and a hand? Do you know how ableist that is? You are
Cowboy.
Cowboy? Cowboy is a ridiculously offensive speciesist gender-specific word. Are you seriously carrying 2 high-capacity assault handguns? Who could ever need 12 bullets at once? Ugh. Finally, something I said got through. I'm glad to see you've checked your privilege and finally accepted your new identity as a gender-fluid, transatlantic, polygon, Pangea demigod sexual, fighting for social justice.
This is my
Pangea. Sorry.
Best Halloween
I'm
costume.
sorry.
Best Halloween
I
costume.
lost it. I lost it at fucking Pangea trapezoid, whatever the fuck. I'm sorry.
That gave me fucking AIDS.
I gotta say, it would have been much better if a fucking cowboy. Do you understand how many Indians they slaughtered?
Joke
I
missed
just thought it was
opportunity.
Oh, it was such a missed opportunity.
Don't you appropriate cowboy culture?
Oh my god! I just thought it was great. That was just perfect, honestly. And then the 2 hand cannons, the high capacity hand guns.
It needs 12 bullets.
See, it's a good thing I don't do this for funding because I'm getting a copyright strike.
For God's sake.
I'm
I'm
shot.
so getting a strike.
I have a 357 Magnum with fucking a 6-shot around.
Remember, there are people out there that put this shit on full blast because they're so afraid of this quote unquote cultural appropriation.
Guess how many fucks I give?
Look, these are just
0.
costumes. Who you heard?
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm half-blooded Native American. If somebody dresses up like a Native American, more power to them. Who gives a fuck?
Sure, we're all Native American.
Actually, first off, I am Native American.
I was about to say my
And
grandmother
I
was
can.
actually Native American.
And I can dress as a Native American. So, fuck you.
I do it anyway because fuck them.
Yeah, cultural appropriation is one of those things where it's cultural exchange that they've painted as the worst possible thing ever. Because I can't talk right. Yeah, it's the thing that really blows my mind is they'll always look at America and they won't look at other countries because if they do, they'd be lambasting Japan like no other.
Or history for that matter at all, considering that cultures evolved based on the trading of their individual cultures to begin with, like gunpowder with the Western world, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, normally cultures start out with regional aspects and ways of life and usually stem from religious aspects and whatnot. And then it grows from there. And of course, the cultural exchange. And Japan got maybe like, I want to say 90% of their culture from China. But the rest of that is all like their lore and their gods and all that. Really fascinating stuff. But seriously, it's just so crazy how they paint the exchange.
I would say like 60% from China and then the rest from like the Koreas.
I just think it's crazy. It used to be you just dressed up as something fun. And now anything you dress up in, no matter what it is going to offend these little like trigger happy parents
you really
or non-parents.
You really want to offend someone? Here's what you do. For the female audience out there, to really pull this off, dress in a sexy hijab.
Actually,
you can buy them.
By the way, that's
go on Amazon.
That's sad.
Me and my girl was talking. She was thinking about me getting the Donald Trump wig to wear for me, and she was going to dress up as the Wall.
Perfect.
That's fucking hilarious.
No, several years ago, when we used to do some trading, I had a hijab and the dress and everything, and complete with like the little band part, because there's several parts to a hijab, not just a scarf for people that really do it up. And in my tiny little country town, just to see what would happen, I went trick-or-treating with my daughter, and she was dressed up as a little dragon. It was so cute. And then Merc was dressed up as a werewolf, and here I come in my hijab with full makeup on my eyes, like seriously, like horror makeup through the part of my face you can see. It's a good thing they hadn't gotten to know us in town yet. I don't think I could pull that off now.
Aw.
That's hilarious.
I think 1 year I didn't have a costume because I was busy working, and I went to this party just in normal clothes, and people go, "Why do you wear a costume?" I go, "I am wearing a costume." They go, "Oh, what are you?" I said, "I'm God."
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to work like wearing my normal shit, and I'm gonna be like, I'm white trash.
No.
Fair enough.
Either that, or you could say, "What do you dress up as for Halloween? Have you ever seen Invasion of the Body Snatchers?"
Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice.
I'm
No,
just gonna
I
go and
think
be like,
honestly, we should just get this. We should just get this over with, and everybody dress in the most offensive thing they can think of, and overload the snowflakes, and just melt the fuck out of them. Just melt them all.
I will
Blackface.
fucking do that. I will do that.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
just
wear.
offend until we can offend no more.
You wear a leather jacket and chaps, but nothing underneath the chaps. Then, if you're a dude, you shave down there and paint to look like an elephant.
Okay. You want to know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna dress up like a Taliban, and I'm gonna buy a blow-up doll goat.
I mean,
Nice.
I've heard worse ideas.
Oh my
it's
God.
not inaccurate.
No, it's not. Whew.
Oh, it just boggles my mind. I mean, it used to be for adults, it was you dressed either sexy or really
Witch
scary.
or sexy kitten.
Sexy
Yeah, you
kid.
dressed up as sexy or scary. You know, you went to parties, you got drunk, you got laid, you had a great time. As a kid, you dressed up as something, far-fetched that, you didn't do every day. And now it's just, it's mind-boggling. I told my kids, I don't care if it's offensive or not. You're going to dress up as whatever you want.
Dude, like, I have to go to this fucking Halloween party at my job or whatever. Granted, there's gonna be beer, and I've never been to an office party before, so I'm scared.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, I would
This
be
is gonna
too.
end bad.
Yeah, it's gonna end bad, because when I get drunk, I don't give a shit. Like, more so than normal. Because I kind of have a broken filter right now, but when I get really fucked up, I don't have a filter. Like, I kick that filter in the face.
What's
I'm
a filter?
infamous for telling people my brain-to-mouth filter is clogged.
So it's
It's
like I'm gonna sit there and cuss out my fucking boss or something, or like try to fuck one of the interns. I don't know.
What does Wolfshot want for Christmas? A new job.
No, Wolfshot likes her job very much.
No, but after the party, then people are going to ask you, what does Wolfshot want for Christmas?
Well, she
Let
likes
this
her-
sexual
She likes
harassment
her jobs
lawsuit
for
drop.
the interns, obviously.
None of the
Oh,
interns.
hell, take your wife and make it a party.
Dude, I should.
Oh my.
Dude, no, she's dressing up as Wonder Woman.
Ooh.
There you go.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh yes.
There will be times to be had.
Oh god, yeah.
You're not going to wonder what's under there for long, that's for sure.
Fucking A. God damn.
All right, I need a minute.
She's gonna use
Gonna
that
need more
lasso
in a
of
minute.
truth on your ass.
I want her to use that lasso of truth on me. Like bad.
I tell you anything you want. Anything.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to spin the wheel again.
I'll teach her how to
Seriously
use
got to
the
name this thing the Wheel of Immorality.
I'll teach her how to do the modern pearl.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
I'll punch you in the face. How about that?
Not you.
Oh,
God.
God. All right, let's see what's next on this wheel of just amazingness. Oh, if I wasn't going to hell, I am now. It's the What's Olive Oil the Fuss About? And this was just something that popped up on my Twitter feed, and I couldn't believe it. And I just boggled. Merc, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to copy this over here.
Okay.
Is it another video?
No, it's just an article, so you guys can just kind of see if you really want to. It'll give some kind of visual. So, yeah. All right, there's that. Put it on his pretty little mouth. Here we go. But to let you know what this is about, it's about a Muslim woman who got in trouble. The headline is, Muslim woman is accused of committing a sin for posting a photo of virgin olive oil because it contained the word virgin.
Oh, for the love of fucking Christ.
This is just the shit that crosses me.
Words.
What's the deal with virgin olive oil?
Well, once I pound it, it's not a virgin anymore.
It says, woman's Twitter profile displays the flags of Jordan, Palestine, and New Zealand. She posted a picture on Snapchat and immediately received a reply from a man. The woman took a screenshot of the response and posted it on her Twitter page. The man had said, "You shouldn't send pictures like that because of the virgin link."
The what?
What the fuck is this dude looking for?
Because it said virgin on it. And if you scroll down, you can see
olive oil.
I want to see this guy's search
olive
history.
oil for cooking.
I like
how to cook virgins in oil. Probably what he searched.
Never mind. I was gonna make a bad joke. Never mind.
Masturbation is no longer a virgin.
I can't really. How does this pronounced again? I can't remember. AKHIS, Akis. But she took a screenshot of the response and posted it to Twitter with the caption, "I sent a picture of extra virgin olive oil and the Akis really wilding out," referring to the Muslim brothers as Akis. Yeah, and this was the actual, what it said on there. His remark was, "Salam, sis. You shouldn't send pics like that because it contains words like virgin, and that makes a man think of actions that you may or may not have committed. This is just a Nasiya, my sis. Jazaks, and please don't repeat this sin."
Retarded motherfucker. God damn.
That virgin oil ain't gonna be a virgin for much longer.
Right.
I need to bang the virgin out of that.
Just saying.
Pity the food.
Oh. That's like getting fucking arrested for tweets.
He was just trying to give her advice. And he says, "Dear sister, I was simply giving you sincere advice privately. There is no need to expose these things."
Who was the guy who responded to it?
The lady, let's see, what is his name?
Watch him be a troll. Watch him be a troll.
Apparently he was identified by the woman later on, but one guy, Ismail Royer, said, "Please tell me you're not serious." And another said, "What he said was mad, but allow laughing at him about it doesn't make us any better." So it's like they're saying what even in the own Muslim community, they're like, what he said was wrong, but we shouldn't laugh at him. So
that bullshit.
That's so fucking.
I'll laugh at his dumbass straight down the street. Yeah.
But because it had the word virgin in it, and it might allude to things she has done or has not done with the oil.
No,
it
needs to be 72 virgin olive oil.
Look at the picture at the bottom of this article. There's, those stupid
the world going into.
There's a picture of a cat hitting its head against the wall. That's kind of how I feel after this.
Instant head to desk.
Thud.
Why are we here?
Why are humans still alive?
Every day we stray further from God.
Every day we stray closer to the bottomless pit of acid.
Oh my god! But yeah, I just thought that was worth a chuckle. Laughing at stupid culture. They can't even get their own culture straight, and they're worried about us appropriating it. It just
don't have any ham. Don't have any ham on your menu though.
Oh god, that's a whole nother topic. All right, let's see what our next subject of horror is. Oh, this is good. Strip for the gold.
Okay.
Now, this is actually, everybody can get in on this. Excuse me. But according to Fox News, I know take with a grain of salt, but other reporting agencies have actually reported on this as well. But pole dancing may be an Olympic event sooner than we thought.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm totally okay with
that.
Right.
I'm down.
Right?
It takes a large amount of body strength to do that.
The video that's actually in this thing is actually like jerk-worthy material for men and women. There's like a little video that pops up in it. It shows all these people stripping and working that pole at these called competitive events. So, but what they say is Olympics may soon feature pole dancing, foosball, and poker. So they're putting stripping or pole dancing in with foosball and poker as Olympic events.
Is it supposed to be the Olympics or just one big frat party?
Yes.
To be fair, the stripper pole has far more merit as an Olympic sport than the other two.
Okay, so the main headline they have on here, pole dancing, table soccer, and poker to become Olympic sports. Pole dancing isn't just for gentlemen's clubs because it could become an Olympic sport. The Global Association of International Sports Federation, that is a mouthful, gave pole dancing, quote, observation status, which means it will now provisionally be classified as a sport. Other competitive events hoping to gain Olympic recognition include poker, table soccer, arm wrestling, and dodge fucking ball.
Dodgeball.
Well, to be fair, at least you have to move around for dodgeball.
Right? And it says, well, besides being reasonable activities for a night out in Atlantic City, officials who help prepare specific sports events for Olympic recognition apparently think they could soon take their place alongside running, gymnastics, and ski jumping in the world's most prestigious athletic competition.
No.
So, yeah, the Switzerland-based Global Association of International Sports Federations, that is also a big word. Just say sports from your country. Jesus.
Sports
Earlier
ball.
this month, granted observer status to the International Federation of Match Poker, the International Pole Sports Federation, and International Table Soccer Federation, along with the organizing bodies for 4 other non-traditional sports. Is fucking a non-traditional sport? I could get behind that.
Me too.
In front of that.
So could I.
Olympic medal and sex.
I'll be all over
I
that.
agree with that.
I'd come
Dodge
back with the
these
gold.
balls.
Hey, if you think about it, maybe the next couple years, fucking would be an Olympic sport.
Right?
How
A
long can you
spectator
last?
sport.
I would come back
It's
with
already
the
a
gold.
spectator sport at this point.
But I mean, in the little video clip that pops up on this page from Fox talks about they would even be required to go through anti-doping screens. Anti-doping screens for
All of these
pole
bitches are on
dancing
heroin.
and foosball.
And poker.
All of these
If I'm not drinking while I'm playing
assholes are on
poker, I'm
pot,
sad.
and these other assholes are on drugs.
What do you think these girls are stripping? They need money for their babies or their drugs. One of the two. Come
Or
on
both.
now.
I need drugs for my baby and me sometimes.
Or college. They pay for college too. Some of them do.
Yeah, college, quote unquote college.
Right? Too bad they spent 8 years in college, according to that story.
Hey, Red, real quick, unclick me.
Unclick you. Okay, I thought you were gonna show the video, but
I
whatever.
did.
Oh, you did. I don't know. I wasn't paying
Yeah.
attention.
But on your stream, I am the only thing you can see other than the things at the bottom.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to look at that either. I love you.
Ouch.
Well, see, I get to see the real thing, not the cartoon. So.
Stop. Oh, fair enough.
At least my avatar is, doing things.
Wolfshot left us. God damn it, Wolfshot.
I won't stop. I'll stop talking now if that's gonna get clicked away.
Oh, poor Wolfshot. God damn it. I think she would have really enjoyed talking about this strip pole dancing thing.
She dropped out
I'm
about
looking
halfway
for the
through it.
video.
Yeah.
Where's the video?
The video was going. Y'all didn't see it?
Yeah, I saw
The
it.
video again.
Fine.
No, I was talking about the pole dancing.
That was the video.
There was video in it of pole dancing. There was supposed to be anyway. I didn't see it
I saw pole
because I
dancing.
was reading article.
It's right there.
Oh, I see it. Never mind. I found it.
Pay the fucking attention, Jesus.
There we
I'll
go.
even put it back up one more time.
Oh my.
Make sure, hands off the keyboard.
Oh, my hand's not on the keyboard.
I got one hand on the keyboard.
I've got both
Oh,
hands
it's got to give you a commercial first. It always gives you some like retarded commercial.
Yeah.
I can work
They
with
got to
this.
get their money in. They don't have ones. I can't remember who I was telling about this the other night. They were doing a stream and they started talking about Canadians. And I was talking to the Beard Barian during his stream about when this popped up on my Twitter feed, I was like, holy shit, pole dancing, you can actually, get a gold in it now. And they were talking about how Canadians could tip in coins and, do they make it rain or do they make concussions?
They make it hail. That is a difference.
This is actually a different video than the first one.
Well, this is the video I saw originally.
Oh my.
Wait till it gets better. Or worse, depending on your preference.
Well, before I drop out, because I need to sleep, anybody that has, like, say, foosball as an international sport, they're trying to justify a beer sport as something legitimate. It's nonsense.
The International Beer Pong League.
So you mean I can get shit-faced and get a gold medal?
Yeah.
But could you imagine them playing your country's anthem for taking the gold in foosball?
No.
What about
a girl or a guy earns that shit with those muscles they use, for that pole dancing. I'll give them that. But foosball,
yeah,
and poker and dodgeball.
Don't get me wrong, I have a lot of respect.
Dodgeball, you gotta move around.
I have a lot of respect for poker players, but that's not an Olympic sport. It's supposed to be the height of athleticism.
And then you gotta start asking. It's like, come on now. There was, oh, that's gross. I forgot about that. Anyway, but you gotta use muscles and you gotta use certain devices. And George Carlin a long time ago had his whole skit about what's considered a sport, and this would not be considered it. I mean, if we keep lowering the bar, or I don't know, in this point, erecting the bar, where do we go from here?
Raising the bar.
Promises.
I mean, it's just, seriously, I understand these girls and guys work real hard. That's some serious body control. But poker, how is that a sport? They'd be like, the next thing's going to be chess or checkers or Jenga. Or Duck Duck Goose.
Then the Pokemon trading card game.
It's more like an age group. It takes fucking due diligence to actually play that game intelligently.
Which one?
Yes.
I don't know what we're talking about. What are we doing here?
Anyways, I will talk to y'all later. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you for stopping by, Tanuki.
Good night.
And we still will have to put our date together for when we're going to get drunk and troll this shit out of somebody's stream.
Yeah. I'll talk to y'all
later.
Have a good night.
All right, so we're done talking about polls?
Yes, I'm still on your
almost.
Almost
there. Just past the tip. All right, I'm done now.
Wrong tip.
You have the tip used.
All right, I don't know why okay, fine. I'll take you. I won't present you anymore, there, Merc, dear.
Oh, it's fine. I don't mind me being up front and center.
Of course you don't, you attention whore. Yeah. All right, wheel of immorality. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us what part of in hell we will burn. Oh Jesus, Nana plays Nazi. Okay. All right.
I already like it already.
This sounds like
so. How many 87-year-olds do y'all know?
One.
They can be a bit cantankerous, right? But for the most part, they've lived their life and they're just trying to, just enjoy what's left of them.
Bitch.
Right?
Basically.
Well then. Eric, I'll copy this again to you, but
are you young whippersnapper? But I'm your son. I don't know you.
I don't know you. That's my purse.
Get off my ass.
All right, Mark. Well, I'm going to set this up while I give you a chance to research this or to pull this up. So, there's a bunch of Holocaust deniers, Holocaust exaggerators, and all like the far different spectrums. Well, Granny right there, 87 years old, gets 6 months in jail for denying the Holocaust. And it's not her first offense. Yes.
Why? What is even the fucking purpose? She's gonna die in jail.
All right, so Nana McGee here. Her nickname is Nazi Grandma. All right,
Nazi
so
Grandma.
I'm going to scroll down here. Ursula Haverbach, the Holocaust, sits in a courtroom in Berlin, Germany, on October 16th. All right, that's what the picture right there. A German court has found Ursula, also known as Nazi Grandma, guilty of inciting hatred by saying that Holocaust is fiction and there were no gas chambers in Auschwitz concentration camp. The
Bullshit.
octogenarian was handed a 6-month jail sentence. Haverbach, a notoriously fervent denier of the mass killings of Jews during the Holocaust, received yet another conviction, this time claiming at an event in Berlin, pardon me, in January last year, that the Holocaust did not happen and nobody was gassed in the infamous death camp in Auschwitz that claimed the lives of 1.1 million people between 1940 and 1945, mostly Jews. Haverbach, who pleaded not guilty, alleged that she was citing from a book when speaking at the event. However, upon studying the half-a-minute footage, the court determined that it was, quote, her own speech and found her guilty. Her lawyer's argument that prosecuting her violates Haverbach's right to free speech failed to score any points with the judge. Moreover, while on trial, the accused repeated the statement. Der Spiegel reports. An author for neo-Nazi magazines, Haverbach has never minced words in expressing her more than controversial beliefs, no matter the consequences. Next month, she is set to stand trial on similar charges in the town of Detmold, where she is appealing the 8-month jail sentence the court handed to her last September. The charges revolving around her letter to Detmold's mayor, in which she insisted that Auschwitz was a plain labor camp. The letter was timed with the trial of a former SS guard of the Auschwitz death camp, Reinhold Honning, tried in Detmold. The court eventually sentenced Honning to 5 years behind bars for, quote, accessory to murder in 170,000 cases. In August, Haverbach lost an appeal in the District Court of Verden in Lower Saxony, which increased her jail term from 10 months to 2 years without parole. The court found her guilty of inciting to Holocaust denial. Under German law, incitement of hatred constitutes not only encouraging hatred or violence to a particular group of people, but also approving of, denying, or downplaying Nazi crimes. Those found guilty by the court face up to 5 years in prison. However, Haverbach is yet to serve any jail time as the decisions in her cases are still pending. She's also received 2 fines and a suspended sentence for sedition. This 87-year-old grandma, for the love of God.
Goddamn.
What is she gonna?
For what fucking purpose?
All right. Just let her live her life. What is she gonna do? Break her hand on a Jew's face?
Is this fucking?
And not just that.
Is this not? Is this not freedom of speech?
Yeah, Germany, though. Germany is so sensitive about that Nazi shit.
Excuse me. It's not freedom of speech when it's freedom of speech that I don't like. Freedom of speech is all speech. Get the fuck over it.
And see, you got to think about it. In Germany, they have different laws and rights, and that's what we as Americans take for granted. Is we have a lot more freedoms than any of them do over there. I mean, we get the freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and everything like that, but they really don't. I mean, they're actually trying to pass different laws overseas for their freedom of speech.
Obviously, they're free to. Well, Antifa is all about that fascism, when in reality they are fascists. So that's a joke in and of itself. But those assholes overseas is like, you have the freedom of speech is a freedom of speech. You may not like it, but freedom of speech is all speech. You don't have to agree with the person. You can hate that person for all you like, but freedom of speech is still freedom of speech. Get the fuck over it.
You got to remember, though, it is Germany. I mean, they may have quote unquote freedom of speech, but it's still, I mean, the secret police still run around. They still do their thing, and you're going to disappear if they don't like you.
I mean, look what happened to Tree of Logic. She was an American citizen that went over there and started a business, and because of her coming over here and doing YouTube and saying that, hey, German man need to nut up and start protecting German women, she ended up going through a bunch of crap and having to sell her business or basically just give it away. She couldn't even sell it for profit or to break even. She had to give it to someone, give up her condo and everything she'd worked for, and leave the country. And the next thing she knows, there's a warrant out for her that anytime she comes any near the EU, that they'll come get her.
So essentially,
and all because of what she was saying about her political views on YouTube.
So essentially, Germany has become authoritarian once again.
Pretty much.
Did it ever stop?
Apparently, no. It just traded the right wing, quote unquote, right wing, for the quote unquote left wing. Authoritarianism is authoritarianism.
Look, Germany has a lot more shit that they have to handle. Leave the fucking 87-year-old grandmother. She's got, like, who knows how much longer she's fucking got on this planet, for God's sake.
I mean, I gotta give that grandma credit. She has a belief, whether it's become senility or just flat out denial, or, you know, maybe she observed things that other people weren't privy to, but still, she's not backing down from her speech just because she's being threatened with loss of freedom. I mean, there's a lot of people that if they get a Twitter ban, they'll backtrack like a son of a bitch. And that's just Twitter. This woman, it's her actual life, and she's saying, no, this is what I believe in. This is what I'm saying. She's not saying kill all the Jews or anything like that. She's not really hurting anyone. She's just sticking to her belief of, no, this didn't happen. And you can't change someone's belief. You can give them ideas and say, hey, this is the information we have. These are facts we've actually uncovered. But you can't change someone's opinion. You really can't. And just let her live out her days. I mean, they're giving her more. They're making her a martyr for her cause. I mean, more people are going to be like, oh, that poor old woman. They're going to put her in jail and she's going to die in prison. Just like, you know, she'll actually be damaged more by the penal system than what she says happened in the penal system for the Jews. And it's just going to turn into something terrible and nasty. And she's still willing to stick by her guns. So, I got to give that grandma props.
So I found something that's kind of interesting. It's actually on the Washington Examiner. It's on their website. And back in June, they did a major crackdown on free expression. In 36 simultaneous raids across multiple states, German authorities sought evidence for free speech-related criminal offenses based on things people posted on the internet. If you scroll down, it actually tells you there's a major difference between. Hold on a second. Sorry, advertisements. But there's a major difference between U.S. and German incitement laws. U.S. law at federal and state levels criminalizes only incitement that is designed to foster imminent unlawful violence. The incitement also be likely to lead to unlawful violence. Let's see. Should scroll down. But the basically in Germany, they have quote unquote freedom of speech and expression, but it's not a guarantee. You're allowed to say anything, but again, if you potentially are inciting something, and when it comes to the Holocaust, I can see that being an insightful thing, you know, getting people all up in arms.
But if you step outside of the lines of what the government dictates is right or wrong, you get shoved into the gulag.
Or, like, to a lesser extent, it's kind of like what's going on in our country. I mean, like with the whole slavery, race realism, alt-right, alt-left, Confederate statues, what's his name, Spencer, and all that going on, all because
Richard Spencer, yeah,
with everything that's going on in, you know, from over 100 years ago from slavery. That was way, way further back in history than the Jews thing were. And the Jews and what happened to them in the Holocaust was really, you know, brought to light, and everybody felt some serious guilt over it because, honestly, the governments knew about what was going on with them way before the public was disclosed to it. And so they've got guilt. They got guilt.
Real quick. The black people talk about reparations. Real quick. Benny and I don't owe you shit. We want our motherfucking land back.
You got a point there.
Oh shit, Merc, you gotta get ready for work.
Oh, I got a 30-second of my bloodline that asked for my land back as well, so I can get a 30-second of that land.
I want 1/16 back.
What about 1/64 back? Thank you very much.
Also, my Irish bloodline wants all of the reparations for my Irish parents and grandparents coming over from Ireland. Oh wait,
Well,
we don't want to talk about that slavery because that's not
we
appropriate.
want our potatoes back. I want my taters
back. I'm Irish, Scottish, and Native American. I'm a quarter Irish, quarter Scottish, and half Native American. Come on.
Right.
I should be a rich motherfucker.
Your ancestors got fucked from one way to another.
You show up in blackface, you get everything covered.
Right. See, I actually found out I've got like a certain percentage from Liechtenstein when I did my ancestral DNA. So I am definitely Irish, a little bit of Scottish, Russian, and itty skitty bit of Cherokee, thanks to my grandma, and then a bit of Liechtenstein. So I was like, I gotta find out about Liechtenstein, other than some kind of sexual innuendo.
Sounds an awful lot like a dick.
Right. So you guys want to play one more topic or two? I'm up for whatever you guys want. I feel bad because a friend of mine's on the Drugs and Booze podcast tonight, but seriously, AP, Gassy, you guys screwed me on this one. Y'all were supposed to start 10 o'clock Texas time. You started at 11 o'clock Texas time this time, so.
I mean, I don't care.
Well, actually, I bet you they're done by now because Drugs and Booze usually only goes for about an hour, hour and a half, so. Whatever. We can play till you guys are done. And then my 9-year-old, she said she wanted to ask a bunch of adults a serious question about things and how they actually see the world, other than just her mother and father. So,
all right.
Well, I mean, we're adults here.
Right? Yeah, so I told her, I was like, when we get done playing our wheel and we've gotten all that, as much of our inner asshole expunged as we can. Wolfie's said hello to my little one a few times. So
my inner ass will never be enough expunged.
I never even got to meet yours. How dare you?
All right. Now it's das Wheel. The wheel needs to turn. Come here, wheel.
1 gig and 1.
All right. So why did it reset? Oh, whatever. If it lands on something we already did, I'll just do it again. Yep. No, that's the olive oil. Stupid wheel. Yep. Yep. And Durka, stop this. Oh, here we go. The topic of alt-right.
Oh, for the fucking Christ.
All right.
Yeah, the reason I phrased it like that is because there is so much going on with virtue signaling.
Richard Spencer.
And people being just genuine assholes trying to look like good people. And the whole thing with, Richard Spencer. And before when I picked this topic, he hadn't done his speech yet. But did anybody catch any of the updates with what happened with his speech?
I caught a little bit of his speech. It looked like a bunch of fucking tools at a hardware store. Like there was like 4 rows of people wearing white polos. Like literally, I thought I was sitting inside of some fucking stock market brokers. Like, motherfucker, get a goddamn job.
Honestly,
a real fucking job.
Honestly, the funniest picture I saw with that speech was there was this one dude in the front who flipped off Richard Spencer, and he held his hand up for 33 fucking minutes and held it there. And everyone,
dedication.
Yeah, and that was dedication. Everyone was just like, not all heroes wear capes.
Oh my god.
He flipped off fucking Richard Spencer. Big deal. Some guy fucking punched him in the face a few fucking months ago.
Everyone forgets about that.
If it wasn't, I swear to God, if it wasn't for that, he never would have gotten the notoriety that he has now.
But I mean, what are you gonna really do to him? I mean, honestly, he's really fucking harmless. I mean, you should really fucking knock out the dude. He's fucking harmless. What the fuck is he gonna do?
He's a dumbass.
Oh, without fucking doubt. Him trying to do his speech.
Now look, there's dumbasses on both sides.
Fuck you, kitten. That's my flail. Sorry.
Whoa,
Sorry.
my.
Sorry, I was screwing around with this Dollar Tree fuzzy flail and just like screwing around with it and like massaging my back, we'll just call it, with it. And the kitten decided it was going to start playing with it. So, my bad.
Yeah, I'm massaging your back. I get it.
Anyway, so sorry. Is the retards that go full political, like alt left, alt right, just alt wrong. I mean, just God. I mean, seriously, what the hell are these people thinking? I mean, let the man speak. What is these Antifa, the Black Lives Matter, and all these folks, Hollywood, and everybody? Let everybody speak. Because the more you bitch, the more you whine, the more you cry, boo-hoo, this is wrong, the more you're going to bring it forward. The more you're going to put it at the tip of people's tongues. And then you have people like Mouthy Buddha, who all of a sudden decides he's alt-right after all the coverage and things he's done. I mean, seriously, this is happening to a few people. Is they're getting criticized so much for their beliefs in that they're a good person, not that they're a superior person, but that they're a good person. That if they think they're good people, they're all of a sudden the devil. Well, and they're actually encouraging the alt-right perspective and the ethno-state and all this, just in their attempts to shut it down and silence it just makes it louder.
Well, the issue is the alt-right has no clear defined depiction. There's no set standard, no line in the sand what makes you actually alt-right. So you have people like Roaming Millennial and Sargon of Akkad and all these other people that have differing opinions that are called alt-right. So you have people like Antifa who lump anybody that doesn't fucking fall to, the left of Stalin to be alt-right. Or, excuse me, that doesn't fall to what I said was right the first time. It doesn't fall to the left of Stalin to be alt-right. And then what it does is create a group of people that would normally be centrist and are either push extreme right or extreme left.
Yeah, it's really sadness. Oh, so I tried to phrase it in a funny way with
left. I am me.
Yeah, and everybody asks me a lot. They're like, "Well, what side politically do you fall on? Whose side are you on?" I was like, "I'm on humanity's side, and we're fucking losing."
So atavistic.
Well, how I find myself in a political stance, I find myself more like a centrist. Like, I'm right in the middle with most things. Yes, I do lean more towards left and to the right, but I find myself more in the middle because I want to hear both sides of things and make my own determinations. Well, apparently that's like the fucking devil or whatever, because I'm not picking.
What's wrong with you? Thinking for yourself? What do you think, you are a human or something?
Peter Coffin would call you a dirty centrist. You dirty fucking centrist.
I'm a dirty human.
Oh my!
I'm still echoing. What the hell?
I like it when they're dirty.
I'll have a better audio setup by Sunday. After payday tomorrow, I'll have a better audio setup. So
you say.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
so if anybody seriously, yes, American Phoenix, you can dream. Wet dreams are encouraged. If we discouraged them, there would be no hope for humanity. But if anybody wants to join the stream, if you want to, I'll throw the Google's Hangout link into the chat. I'm not a fucking prude. I'll let anybody come in here and have their 2 cents, whether they can afford to pay it or not.
Oh, dirty.
Oh, wait, no, that's a news article. You don't want to join the news article. That's
I mean, seriously, what makes these people think that these are like controlling the entire fucking United States? I'm like,
and not just that. If you look at this, look at the statistics. They're not.
Look at them.
Look at Detroit.
Look at them.
They're not.
They have like half their heads are shaved, wearing white polos, black jeans, and fucking marching around with tiki choices. It's not threatening whatsoever. Seriously.
They look like a bunch of lazy Wall Street fucking executives is what they look like.
You know
well,
what,
Johnson, what do you think about business today? I don't know, Johnson. I think I have a problem with those damn Jews.
The Jews.
My money.
You know what, though? The only one that's really committing crime is Antifa. They don't even go for the there's anti-masking laws in the United States for a reason. That's why the KKK don't have masks.
Right, but Antifa's allowed to.
But
because of what they claim to be. They say that they're anti-fascist.
Well, you know what?
No.
I can put on a sheet and claim I'm trying to scare other ghosts. It doesn't make it right.
Exactly.
You can claim you're an anti-fascist all you want. If you act like a fascist, you're still a fucking fascist.
But
they're wearing
still,
black. They represent the black shirts from Benito more than anything else.
Oh my
for that
God!
matter.
I just realized that that's the ultimate form of blackface is Antifa marching with Black Lives Matters with their faces covered in black, everything covered in black, like moldy locks in the dreadlocks. Dude, they're culturally appropriating. Fuck Antifa.
Okay, first off, Moldy Locks was asking to get hit in the face. I'm sorry, but that's the truth because if you look into it, she was throwing fucking beer bottles at everyone.
Oh, I know. I watched into that. I'll delve deep once in a while when something really piques my interest. If it's not being covered by everybody else, I'll peek into it.
Hello, everybody. I have arrived.
Who has arrived? I've got only one screen to work with tonight.
American Phoenix.
Hey, Phoenix. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just chilling in my rig right now, cooking my damn dinner. What are you guys up to?
Welcome to patting your basket to hell.
Sounds like a damn good time will be had by all.
Yep. See, I was told a long time ago because I was born in the Bible Belt. I was born again, brain dead. Sorry. And then I reached the age of reason, started asking questions, got kicked out of my church and told to find enlightenment elsewhere. I don't think they're happy with that now, though. But I really, honestly, if anybody wants to know what I think about anything or other people being jackasses, refer to my 20-second anthem of literally me singing I Don't Give a Flying Fuck to Camptown Races. That's it.
So what are your opinions on this?
That, to be honest with you.
So honestly, everything's fair game or nothing's fair game in my life. So, and I was told a long time ago that, you're going to hell in a handbasket. Like, well, I'm going to have a comfy fucking handbasket then.
Nope. You can say, no, I'm riding the bus and Sir Wolfie's driving.
Yeah.
No, joke's on you. I'm going to be in upper management.
Well, see, I'm working on my
already have an office with air conditioning because he's afraid I'll take over.
Well, no, see, I'm working on my VIP pass because I don't want to wait in line with all the plebs. I am working on, I know where I'm going. I want to get there fast. All right? I'm not hanging out in the you need tickets line. We're good.
I've got you beat.
Don't try to get there too fast. I kind of enjoy the world with you in it.
Thank you, American Phoenix. I'm not in a hurry to get there, but I really don't care. It's all about the ride anyway. It really is. I mean, you got to enjoy life. I'm not saying, hey, do terrible things because it feels good. But you know what? Live your life without worrying about being under a microscope. You're only accountable
that's why
to
I
you.
love my job. I get left alone.
Yeah, I used to have jobs like that. And then I had a family. And now what really got me the other day was when my 9-year-old told me, hey, Mom, we're learning your song in school when they're playing their recorders. My 9-year-old. I was like, honey, not my song. It's actually called Camptown Races. That is not Mommy's song. So, yeah.
This is a sit down we need to have.
Yeah. It was a special moment. Mommy laughed her ass off. I was like, honey, you cannot sing that song to your teachers. You can hum it. You know the words, but don't sing it. You can hum it. It's okay. So I'm gonna guess, American Phoenix, you do either security or truck driving or something along those lines.
Yeah, I'm a truck driver. Did 653 miles today.
Oh shit! Truck driving ain't easy. You see, I've got a soft spot for
I wish
truck
I could have kept going.
They're the last American cowboys. They really are. I mean,
they really are.
They really are.
Yippee-ki-yay, Little Red. Yippee-ki-yay.
See, my family, we used to do cross-country driving with a CB, and we always knew anything ever happened, you could get on your CB and get in contact with the truck driver, and you were safe. You were good. Just watch out for them lot lizards. Stay away from the lot lizards. We're good.
Well,
bad.
you watch
they're
cops.
pissing
You watch
me
cops
off.
just lot lizards around. That's what the point is.
Oy.
No, I'm a hell of a nice guy till you knock on my damn door at 3 in the morning, and then I want your fucking head.
Yeah, oh God, the audacity! I don't even understand. Why would you knock on someone's door? And I knew a person. She's like, "Well, I go and offer to clean out their cab, and then I offer to clean other things." I'm like, "I'm gonna slap you. I'm gonna slap you. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna slap you."
You know, I got no moral argument against prostitution. Like, if it's a woman's choice, if it's what she wants to do, that's fine, do it. But when somebody says no, you leave them the fuck alone. I have a buddy of mine got his door knocked on by the same chick 8 times in a night.
Jesus.
Okay, within about 4 hours. The 8th time, he cut the top off a bottle, pissed in it, waited till she knocked on the door, had her come up close, dumped.
Nice.
She was not happy.
You want to be a receptacle, honey? Here's something to receive.
Damn right.
See, this is what drives me crazy is all these women are like, women, women, women. No, you are not acting like women. You are acting like girls. You're not acting like women. So.
Exactly. That's why I hate women around my own age. I'm 25. I cannot fucking stand girls my own age.
No.
I can agree with that.
A lot of the girls these days have no idea.
Hold on. Messiah of Keck says he's being ignored. Go ahead and speak.
Yes, I've been ignored this entire time. I've been here for like the past 15 minutes, and nobody even acknowledged my
Oh,
presence.
fuck, Keck. My bad. I only have one screen. And
That's no excuse. You have multiple tabs.
I have multiple tabs, but I've got one hand and one drink and one screen. So.
And one is busy.
Messiah Keck, I just want to say I think you're a wonderful person.
Oh, Messiah? He's a good person. Just don't tell him.
Wait.
Do not tell
wait
him.
a second. Wait a second. I just added to my Twitter profile today that I'm a possible sex offender. How can you say that?
Yeah, I'm not on Twitter, so.
No, all you have to do is look at my Twitter profile, and it'll tell you exactly who the fuck I am. I may be an asshole or just have an opinion. Meh.
You know, in Kekistan, it's legal to rape a woman.
It's not rape if
brother.
you're invited. It's not rape if you're invited.
Yeah, all you have to do is shout surprise right before you do it.
Surprise,
it's
butt
perfectly
sex.
legal then.
Surprise, butt sex.
You know
hey, Messiah, don't forget, man, okay? There's one thing that stops rape every single time, though. Do you know what it is? Consent.
Belly fat.
Oh, God, I have so many answers to this, but they're all wrong.
Are they the same as
They're
mine?
all wrong.
I mean, it's stop Tony Rousseau in the room.
You tell them it's yours. I'm sorry.
A 38.
Hey, convert to Islam for 30 minutes. They won't prosecute you.
There you go.
That makes a valid point.
AP and Ghastly, they were talking one night when they had Charlotte Sartre on their cast, and they were talking about getting a tampon in the shape of a fetus because of all these like creepy goth chicks and everything. I'm like, that is a great way to break up with a guy. Some guys need more than just, you know what, I can't do this anymore, we're good. And then some guys just need shock and drop. So, you know, you pull out that tampon that looks like a fetus, and you're like, hey, I think this was yours, and they never talk to you again.
That's
horrible.
Turn on for me.
I am a terrible human being.
Mm-hmm. You know that hashtag Me Too thing that's going.
I refuse to add to that, although I could. I refuse to. I was encouraging the male hashtag Me Too.
I am so tempted to say Me Too, and I enjoyed it.
Me too, and I asked for thirds.
I backed into it.
Oh, don't stop. Get it. Special place in hell for red. This deviated so badly.
He dropped the soap. It was over.
Exactly. I actually stopped in for a very specific reason, but.
What did you stop in for, Keck, sir? I will spin the wheel here in a second.
Well, I realized that you guys were talking about the alt-rights.
Okay, alt-right me, babe.
Well, little known fact, I actually used to be alt-rights myself.
I saw that.
And basically what I want to add to all of this is I know the response to pretty much all of these points. The alt-right knows the response to their own points. If you look at Mouthy Buddha's second half of his video, the one where everybody's claiming, oh, you know, he didn't provide any counter statements to everything that he was saying about what the alt-right's talking points on that were. I sat there and I started looking at this video and I was like, there's a counterpoint, there's a counterpoint, there's a counterpoint. I'm just an idiot from Ohio and I can point all of this out. He actually had time to sit down and research all of this.
2 seconds.
Wait, what's
Sorry,
2 seconds?
Sorry. Oh. Shit, should have muted myself.
Anyway.
Go ahead, keep going. Sorry.
So basically, what I'm saying is, and you know, I can kind of sympathize with the guy when he made that video and he said, I'm kind of trapped within this ideology. I've dug myself too far deep into the rabbit hole and I want to get out. Because I felt that way. I actually really did feel that way even before I started, you know, kind of leaning off of it. Before then, because back during the time when I was alt-right, because this was a couple years ago, this was basically at the time when it was mainly a pushback against the gays. We didn't want the gays to get their legal rights to marriage or whatever. And even before that was a big issue or anything, I still felt like some sort of weird sympathy towards these other people. And my entire life, I just thought of them as like lower to me and that I shouldn't feel anything towards them. But then as I, you know, grew up a little bit and I stopped becoming an edgelord teen piece of shit, I realized, you know, maybe other people, regardless of their skin color, probably do have the same kind of value to their life as I do. And then all it took was just like looking back at my old points and just like deconstructing them. And it was much more easy to deconstruct those points after you've been saying them for so long than it ever was to actually even come up with them in the first place. So
what you're trying to say is you ate too much of the red pills, what you're trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. There's such a thing as getting yourself out of being a leftist, but there's also too much of getting yourself out of being a leftist. Like the one girl that I did a video on, like 2 videos back, she was an anarcho-primitivist. And I looked back at her channel after I made that video and I found that she had a lot of alt-right content. And in fact, in one of her videos, she even applauded the guy who got into his car and ran over those Antifa members, saying, yeah, it's the last hurrah of the white race before we're wiped out. And that was disturbing to me. That was disturbing to me because, like, I just keep thinking to myself every time I see them, like, I could be that person. I could be this screwed up guy thinking that, you know, Jewish people are controlling the world with their money, or that, you know, blacks lack any kind of empathy because it's built into their genetics or their IQ or whatever.
But you're looking at it two extremes. You have alt left or alt right. That's not the case. You have a fucking multitude of spectrum in between.
Well, that's the point of. I was actually going to save this point to the end of my next video on ANCOMs, but the political compass stretches 4 ways. There is the left, the alt-left, and the alt-right, but then you also have to look at the authoritarian and libertarian side of the spectrum. If you go too far up the authoritarian, actually even anywhere on the authoritarian, really, you're advocating for socialism, enslavement of people, things of that nature. And if you go too far down south to the libertarian side, you're advocating for anarchy.
Well, you're speaking to a libertarian, so you're speaking to the choir right now.
Well, I'm also a libertarian, so don't, like, I'm very, very close to the center when I took my political compass test. Like, it said I was, like, 1 peg down libertarian and, like, 1 peg over to the right. I was actually surprised how close I was to the center, considering where I would have landed if I took that, like, a couple years ago. Based on like stuff I look back at like my old Facebook and I just cringe at some of the stuff that I posted.
Yeah, it's part of being a teenager. Get over it.
Yeah, I know, but at least it wasn't as awkward as my anime phase.
Yeah, don't feel bad about it, man. Look, some people have a goth phase, you have a Nazi phase. It's cool. Just you moved on.
I had the emo phase.
I had the death metal and mohawk phase.
I can respect that.
I had a I don't give a shit phase.
I can respect that.
Oh wait,
Yep.
I still did.
But yeah, basically to give an example to what I was talking about with the counterpoints that he didn't think of in that video, he was saying about how that the Holocaust may not have been what we typically depict it as in our media, which is just a ridiculous claim all in itself. There's actually photographic proof, regardless of the fact that you have this Nazi propaganda footage of them putting on plays or playing soccer or whatever. You go into the actual raw photos that were provided once, like places like Auschwitz were liberated, and you see these people down to, like, you can see their bones literally through their skin, and you can literally tour these places today where they have the gas chambers and the ovens and all this. Like, don't make it up to be some hunky-dory happy fun time that Hitler sent all the Jews to go into. And also, here's the thing. Hitler was calling out the Jews for years before then. So why, if it was such a great place, would he round up all the Jews and send them to basically summer internment camp?
Hey. I round up my kids every summer and say, hey, what kind of camp you want to go to? Oh, wait, that's right. I can afford this one, and that's the one you're going to. God damn it.
I think there's a difference between summer camps and, gassing the Jews.
Well, if you live in my bedroom and you know what I've had for dinner, there's not a lot of difference, but there's some difference, I guess.
I'm just saying that little line kind of matters sometimes,
Yeah, it does. Sorry. I was
One is bad swimming
levitate
lessons.
the situation for a minute.
Yeah.
God damn,
One's bad swimming lessons, the other side is gassing the Jews.
I did.
Little red line there I feel needs to be noted.
Yeah. God damn you, wheel. Sorry, my wheel, reset and frogged up. Oh my god, I've got a really good one for you guys. I don't know how many of you guys actually follow me on Twitter, but I retweeted the shit out of this. And this needs to be discussed. Seriously.
Let me look.
It's
I'm
called
not on
Adventures
Twitter,
in
sorry.
Babysitting.
That movie from 20 years ago?
No, but it's a pun in the title. Let me read it to you. It's called 325-pound woman kills 9-year-old by sitting on it.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, for the love of fucking Christ.
No, but seriously, this
That
is where
acceptance
my
doesn't
mind
hurt
as a
anyone.
mother and other things where I'm like, what the hell? I play with my children. I have 4 of them. 3 of them live with me. The other one lives with his father. Too much estrogen in the house. But you can squish a kid and joke around, and you can play with a kid. But all these, no fat shaming folks are like, we ain't hurting nobody.
Yeah.
I got a point where you do.
Yeah, but you don't stuff them inside of your
that,
fat
dude.
folds.
But this one sat on a kid. It says a 325-pound Florida woman is charged with killing her 9-year-old cousin. Her cousin, not just some kid she was babysitting for money, but blood, flesh of her flesh. All right? As punishment. She was punishing this child by sitting on it. Veronica Green Posey, god damn, I knew somebody by the name of Posey, a 64-year-old woman, not a 20-something, not a 16-year-old like here in my state in Washington where they ran a bathtub and bad things happened, a kid got drowned or anything. No, she did this as punishment. She was arrested and charged with homicide and cruelty toward a child. The Pensacola News-Journal reported that Escambia County Sheriff Office report identified Posey as the girl's cousin. Paramedics and deputies responded to the family's Pensacola home following a 911 call. Posey told deputies she sat on Derica, as discipline for being out of control.
That doesn't seem like.
Wait, let me see if I got this straight. 64-year-old woman has an 8-year-old niece, and the fat ass sat on the kid till it was dead.
325-pound woman, and now this is gonna sound terrible, but I gives a flying fuck. It's a black woman. 325-pound black woman sat on her 9-year-old niece.
Go figure.
All right.
Like I'm black.
By the way, about that whole fat shaming thing. Okay, look. I'm 302 pounds. I've lost 38 pounds this year. I'm fat as fuck. 30 seconds, shame the fuck out of me. I don't care. I'm losing weight.
Yeah,
fat is bad for you.
You're doing something about it. See, that's the difference. We've all had this discussion. I'm no teeny tiny, ballerina Thumbelina, but I'm not some Jabba the Hutt sitting here just, keyboard jockeying either. I've had 4 kids. I'll be 38 in December. All right. So, but
yeah, I'm literally working out right now while we're having this conversation.
Yeah, and not just that, but see, people that just sit on their asses and refuses to do anything, and they're like, love my body for 5-finger face fucking my food for what it is.
No,
okay?
I refuse that.
No. Dems is the one that needs shaming because they're literally orgasming every time they put a fucking ho-ho in their mouth. And I'm not talking about the kind you pay $2 for. No, we're talking about the chocolate covered.
Excuse me, it's $5.
No, $2 where I'm from. $2 get you anything you want.
What?
Anything.
Where are you in Asia?
Where are you from? Just so I know not to park there.
All right.
I live out in the middle of nowhere.
Nowhere.
Look, let me tell you this. I'm a fat fuck, all right? I will admit that. I am a fat fuck. I've lost 60 pounds this year. I'm at 320 right now. For 60
Dude,
pounds?
congratulations, brother.
That's pretty fucking
yeah.
Congratulations.
It ain't easy to do.
Yeah, fuck, dude. Are you on what kind of diet are you on? I'm doing a keto.
I don't really. I need to focus more on my diet, but one of the things I have done is stop drinking soda.
Two things you need to do, honestly. Put this herbal supplement called Kratom, Kratom, and turmeric in your diet. Turmeric is an anti-inflammatory cellular. It helps the cells regrow, and it helps with inflammation and pain. Kratom also does the same thing without the highs and the lows or anything like that. It also helps with your digestion and metabolizing of foods.
I lost 334 pounds. 50 of it was mine. The rest was my ex-wife.
Yeah, man. Something that I'm doing, like I said, I'm on a keto, and that is a no-carb diet. So just pretty much pure protein. You can eat some cheese. You can eat certain nuts. But, dude, just doing that and cutting out soda, and, like, I haven't really been changing my physical activity that much, and in 5 months, I've lost 38 pounds.
Nice.
Yeah,
and I do. Awesome.
I take B vitamins. I take B complex, and 1 a day is meant 50 plus because it's just the most complete multivitamin. Do that in the morning for energy, and then I'll drink a protein shake, work out, do my job, and then do a quick workout before bed and eat.
Protein.
Protein. I make sure I get my daily dose of protein, if you know what I mean.
I eat a bowl of baby hearts.
You stole the joke right out from under me, Red.
Did I take it right out of your mouth?
Yeah, but it's okay. I got something I'll put in yours.
Nothing like a snowball in the morning.
I got the video camera.
Well, one of the things I do that make up, because I admit my diet is kind of shit, I need to work on it. I do to make it up is I go for walks. I go for about 5 miles every day.
Nice.
That's a good idea.
All right, hey guys, talk about yourself for a second. I gotta check in on something. Go wild. I don't care. Have intellectual discussions or dirty porn, but I need about 2 minutes. If you want, I can throw up another video to really make your minds go, "What the hell is wrong with Red?"
I saw this chick the other day who stuck a baseball bat up her ass.
Red, you're talking to a professional shitlord right here.
Yeah.
I've seen
no shit. There I was.
Red, you're talking to a truck driver. There's nothing you could possibly do that could offend me.
And I'm gonna flat out tell you, there's nothing taboo on my channel other than people like Omni Politics. Those kind of people, That kind of talk ain't allowed.
I'm
Omnipolitics
not
was
aware of
Fish
that.
in the ass the other night.
Omnipolitics was that
shit.
teenager who was pro-pedophilia, and Joshy Poo and Suit Yourself did a interview with somebody who looked like that person. It turns out Omnipolitics is in my goddamn state. I's got a job to do. I's got somebody to find.
I'd like to hang
Ren, pack a 12 gauge
from the rope
Right.
of a very long tree.
Did I tell you guys how I met Chris Hansen?
So I'll be white-black.
Were you on a fucking episode of How to Catch a
What, the
Predator?
Hanson
Is that
brothers?
How you met him?
Yes. I was cameraman number 3.
Really?
Yep.
No. Are you fucking with me right now?
No, I'm 19.
He's fucking with you.
Motherfucker. That one.
I was gonna ask if you were there when that son of a bitch shot himself in the head.
Chris Hanson's still alive, is he?
No, I just like watching the reruns of that.
Oh, I love watching the reruns. It's so funny.
That
My
show only
favorite-
pissed me
It's a
off
weird-
because they didn't all die.
My favorite ones were the ones where like the guys like literally came in and just immediately took their clothes off, wandered into the kitchen, and he just like walks in and he's like,
Yeah, it was
Hey,
like
what are you
something
doing
Indians do, wasn't it?
That was fucking funny.
What show is this?
to catch a
To
predator.
Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
Dude, you know that show actually pissed every town it was ever on in? Like, they were so pissed, like, especially one where they had, like, they did, like, one massive sting in a town. They had, like, 30 pedophiles, like, in a series come over. And the townspeople were fucking furious because they did this, like, 2 blocks down from a fucking elementary school.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And actually, what's really sad is because of the way that they gathered the information, like, half of the fucking court cases had to get thrown out because they wouldn't fucking take the video as submissive evidence.
Yeah. Because it's
Hence
an
why I
unofficial
think it
sting
should have been To
operation.
Kill a Predator.
Chris Hansen just comes out with a machine gun.
Why don't you take a seat?
Let's be honest, if that would have been the fucking show, it would have had better ratings.
Oh yeah, definitely. It would still be on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, this is actually the first time I've ever been in a live stream, and I am enjoying the fuck out of this.
Oh, are we popping your streaming cherry?
Well, Red is popping my streaming cherry. I don't really want you involved.
It's a gangbang. It's a gangbang. Come on, let's be fair.
Oh, come on.
All right, but for the
Let's get
record, no
sexual.
homo. All right, no homo.
Sexual.
No homo, no homo.
There's always homo.
But
This-
I am a homo sapien.
What the fuck did I just walk into, to be honest?
A whole bunch of homo.
We don't know at this point, but just sit down and enjoy.
I mean, I clicketh the link, and it's your boy Squeefles. What's up, fam?
What's up,
What's
brother?
up, Squeefles?
what's up, man?
Just making cancerous drunken shit posts as always. How's everybody doing? How you doing, Red? Is she dead yet?
She's muted.
She's away for a moment.
She had to go discipline her kids.
Nope.
I'm
She
about
told
to be
us to
over
talk about
for-
hardcore porn, you know, so hence the no homo shit.
She had to sit
Hardcore
on
porn? We haven't talked about that yet.
hardcore softball.
Well, I've arrived, so welcome to the dumpster fire, ladies and gentlemen.
Fucking
Welcome
gay.
to La Dumpster Fire.
It's been burning for a while. Let's
Has
be
it?
fair.
Oh, I'm late to the party. Crap, man.
It started about an hour ago.
Damn, look at fucking Red, dude. She's growing in them subs. Look at that, 41. Damn, man.
Fuck, hell of a lot more than I got.
Shit, dude.
I
I'm
can
about
hear
to
that.
break. I'm gonna break 140 pretty soon with all the chantars I keep shilling to.
So
Listen there, Race Gum. Calm the fuck down.
Bro, I'm about to blow up. You don't even know what it is, dude. I'm about to drop a diss track on you. Don't fuck with me, man. Fucking eat
What
your
is that?
ass.
Suck half-
You wanna
suck
know how many-
1/10 of my iDubbbz dick.
Who writes them?
all right, you want to know how many subs I've gotten in 4 months?
5 million.
No.
It's never been done
Over
before.
9,000.
585,600.
Yeah, PewDiePie is next.
Nope.
2 bit 6 months.
Oh, DNR, I'm gonna beat my child. I love my daughter, but she done screwed up. She messed with my headset.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Greg,
You
what
do
you
whatever you
try
need to do
about
as a parent.
I almost said something I was going to regret.
I've got 258,
Not bad, dude.
and that's only in
Shit.
4 months.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, Wolfie had his 200 plus stream last night, and he gained a few.
Quite a
Sweet,
few.
man.
A few.
Quite a few. I'm at 258 now, so.
Nice.
I'm trying to get past 200 myself right now.
I think I'm at 47. I got my first 20-something before I had content.
Oh yeah, because I gave you a pity sub. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got pity
Just rub
subs.
it
I got
in.
pity subs. I
Just
did.
rub it in.
Red.
Rub it in. Rub it in. Rub it in.
Red.
Oh, Big Brother.
Red.
Who's Big Brother?
Red.
It's Squeefles and or Milk or Chi or something. I don't know. I go by so
Squeefles.
many. I go by so many
Squeefles.
aliases.
Red.
Yes, Wolfie.
I don't sub to anybody. They sub to me.
Ooh.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
I have
No.
33 subs, and I don't know why.
Wait, is that Brianna? Okay, yeah, no, I know everybody in here. I know Wolfie, I know Red. Oh, hey guys.
What about the guy with the random? What about the guy with the anus that looks like something that's spawned out of a tornado? How about that? Do you know me?
Oh, are you referring to my boy butt that I've plastered across the internet?
No, I'm not referring to the sperm that you spewed upon your keyboard while you're looking at gay porn. No, I'm not referring to that.
Oh, damn, dude! Did you just call me a faggot? That's discriminatory.
I'm assuming you're a straight, gay, transsexual man or woman.
Nah, dude, I'm a
Or is
masculine presenting transgendered lesbian.
I couldn't tell by the-
I
I couldn't
also
tell
have
by
a
the-
tendency to trap young males into buying the Overwatch.
Actually, I sexually identify as toaster.
A copy pasta.
I'm a lesbian trapped in a man's body.
Funny, same thing, but I have labia.
Damn.
I'm a transgender, so I'm raising money to get my cock chopped off and then reattached.
What the fuck?
You got a valid point.
Brianna. That sounds like a Brianna Wu or a fucking Anita Sarkeesian get rich quick scheme.
I'm just a
No, that's just about the hoop earrings. You sell those gold hoop earrings for fucking money, you get it set.
I'm curious. Where's a geek, dude? Like, why isn't he in on this?
Geek, he's supposed to be in here, that motherfucker. God damn it. I gotta open my Discord. Shit. See, I normally run a tight ship about an hour or so, but tonight my anthem really ran free of I don't give a flying fuck, doodah, doodah. And it's kind of last week, my inaugural stream, and I'll chop the shit out of this later in editing, or, well, Merc will. But I normally try to keep it at an hour just to keep it, tight and entertaining and topical. But tonight, honestly, there was no point in really keeping it too roundup, because honestly, there's other streams going on and other people that normally go at different times. I intentionally picked this time slot for an hour, and other people decided to do their streams at a different time slot. And I'm like, God damn it, they have a bigger following, but whatever. I'll keep my shit entertaining. Tonight, I'm drunk. I'm having fun. We have some interesting topical discussions. Whatever.
So what are you drinking?
And Red?
point
Everything
out-
I got.
Everything. I like it. I like it.
Hey, Wolfie, I have a question.
He has an answer. Let's see if it matches.
Okay, so aren't you the one who does Devil's Advocate?
No.
The fuck is wrong with you, you fucking...
I'm drunk. I'm
I'm
drunk.
gonna mute the fuck out of you.
I'm drunk. I'm sorry.
I
is.
am the red and only co-host of the Devil's Advocates. Not Devil's
I'm quite
Advocate, but Devil's
certain.
Advocates, plural. We advocate on the other half. And Sir Wolfie has been a multiple guest star of our show, and we love having him every time. And
Dude,
Keck has been on, and we've
I
had
actually have
Fox
permission
Scott,
to do it on my channel.
and Fox Scott has been on our show multiple times. And yes, we've given Dick Daddy, Messiah of Keck, permission to do a form of our show on his channel. Anybody else that does it is just ripping it off, and I'll be like, hey, we're not going to flag them or anything. We're like, hey, motherfucker, this shit ain't new. Fuck you.
And I'll be like, but red, but red.
But if they say, hey, if anybody messages us and says, hey, Red, Mercolium, because Mercolium, honest to God, the Mercolium is the one that came up with the idea for this platform of spinning for pro or con, then spinning for topic. He's the one that comes up with the questions. I am the social butterfly. I'm the one that talks to people. He is the one that comes up with questions and created the show. He is the owner of that show. I'm just that ginger-headed, bobble-headed person that says, hey, you want to play?
I think
Ren,
I was
you have
on
my
there.
permission to invite me on at any time because that sounds fucking hilarious.
It's fucking awesome. See, the reason I started doing my stream, the midweek wind-up, something other than that 20 seconds of me singing I Don't Give a Flying Fuck, was some people started to get a bit serious on some of the topics. Mercolium and I got busy with, real life stuff going on. We do have this thing called a family and other things going on. And so some people started getting serious on some of these topics, and we let it go, but we try to keep it a tight 1 hour just so we don't want people to feel like, oh, we're tuning in for another 2 or 3 hour stream of people ranting about stupid shit that nobody really wants to hear about. Nothing against anybody that does that, but that's not what we wanted to be. So we try to keep it a tight hour of topical comedy. And the origins of this was Mercolium said, hey, what if we get a group of left, center, and right, and the spectrum in between, try to get them to participate in this for a 4 to 6 panel guest shuffle. I ended up being a regular guest because, well, people have lives, I guess. But I'm the reigning bitch queen there. I argue pro-slavery on a regular basis, I guess, and pro-feminism on the occasion.
I just can't forgive you on that one.
But, I mean, he wanted to see people from the opposite side argue for the opposite side. And maybe through comedy and levity and amusement, argue just to say, if you've listened to somebody, if you're alt-right and you've listened to centrist and alt-left and they're in between, if you've actually listened to their arguments and you believe in what you believe and you're not just spouting retarded shit, you should be able to use the other side's arguments against your own. It was supposed to be an opening point, but it turned into a comedy skit and it works really good.
I think I've been on there. I have no issue with you being a feminist. Biggest point.
Hey, when I walk to the house topless with a sandwich, I guarantee you something's getting eaten.
Damn right.
I'll eat whatever you want me to as long as it's red.
Oh, the orbit. My ears are bleeding.
Oh, by the way,
dear God,
congratulations, you popped my
river.
green cherry.
Red, don't talk to me like that. My virgin ear.
That's the only thing left on you that's a virgin. Oh, William, one of these days I will hear your sweet, silken voice. God damn it. I'm going to get you on a stream someday, Willie.
Wouldn't be the first time I had a dirty hugger.
Oh, good God.
William, William, I noticed you when I can. I'm working with one screen, honey. You know I normally acknowledge the chat. That's my one bitch about all these bigger than big 100 subscriber channels, that they don't acknowledge the chat. I try to acknowledge it, but I'm working with one screen, Willie.
Whoa! You're dealing with fucking far less cyber than you are.
I still talk to the chat.
I know, but there's a lot of weekends. William Stenchever and a bunch of us go to the Kumite and other places, and like Failure and other places really don't acknowledge the chat. And honestly, I can't remember what stream it was, and I wish I fucking wrote it down so I'd remember which it was. But they said, yeah, we don't bother. It was a response to my comment. I was like, yeah, way to go. Don't acknowledge the chat. We're the only reason you're here, but fucking whatever.
Well, my problem is, like, I do like a daily game stream where I just be casual trash on the game of my choice, and I'll like not even notice like the chat has been going, and I'll sit there and I'm like, I'm so sorry, chat. I neglected you, dude. I'm just please
but
don't
at least you acknowledge it. A lot of them. I'm like such a bitch, but I don't give a flying fuck, dude. Doodah. Nara, Sadi, don't you dare repeat me. God damn it. My children
So
started singing along with me. My 9-year-old and my 6-year-old started singing with me. God damn it. Nara, get out.
Don't make it a nursery rhyme
trained
for it,
well.
and I think you'll be all right. Don't sing it in a nursery rhyme, and I think you'll be fine.
Well, it's Camptown Races, which, if you know, the guy who actually made it famous did it infamously in blackface. And the guy who wrote the song wrote that with other songs, and it was very, very derogative of the black community. So, in my opinion, with me being a ginger and my heritage, it's just it's a backhand slap to other people and humanity in general.
Except the fact that the Irish were also considered slaves back during the 1800s, back when the
oh, see, that's a touchy subject. We're not slaves. We were indentured servants. A lot of times we didn't fight our own battles like we should have because we were weak from famine. But honestly, this kills me to say it, but slavery, indentured servitude is not the same as slavery, because indentured servitude, there was a time on the fucking contract. There was a time.
That's how the first slaves were in America, though. They came as indentured servants.
Hold on. I have an actual, like, legitimate question here. What the actual fuck is the alt-left? Like, I'm familiar with the alt-right.
You gotta ask Big Daddy and others.
They just come up with bullshit names now. I swear to God. That's what it is.
The alt-left
I can answer this in one word.
Hold on.
I mean, yeah, everyone's cunts, but still.
All right. The alt-left are pussy.
I was going to give them the rundown. Do you want to give them the rundown, Wolfie?
Yeah. I don't care. I'm just asking a serious question.
Okay, the alt-left is what we previously referred to as kind of like the regressive left, like the SJW types and all of their subservient groups. So you're looking at like full-on SJWs, feminists, Black Lives Matter pets, Muslim pets, beta male fags, people of that nature who are so far to the left, like the neo-socialist movements. You can like shuffle like all those kinds of people in there. We used to call the regressive left. I believe it was Donald Trump who actually quoted the term alt-left to kind of mirror the alt-right. And so when that happened, it would basically just kind of took off from there. I still like to call them the regressive left, but then again, I would like to change the alt-right to being the regressive right. But at the same time, the alt-right gave themselves that name.
The alt-right, okay, here's my issue with the alt-right. I'm not a communist, I'm a national socialist. They're two sides of the lefty pulse, same
You're a socialist. Socialist is a socialist by any stripe. You can call your name whatever the fuck you want, but you're still a fucking socialist.
Socialism, I don't agree.
Socialism is evil.
It's not evil, it just has to deny human nature and always leads to a dictatorship. That's fucking human nature.
The basis of socialism is theft.
No, he's saying what he's saying.
It denies human nature. It denies that people will compete.
Exactly what he's saying.
It denies that people will compete for resources. It adamantly denies that human nature exists. If you want to debate a socialist or a communist, you just say, does human nature exist? If they say no, then just disregard anything else.
But
it's over. They're dumbasses.
Well, they're not dumbasses. It's just if you deny human nature, your fundamental premise of the way you understand humans as a whole.
Also under the same premise, capitalism would work perfectly as well, because under the same premises, you're dealing with human nature. No. If you're removing human nature from it, you are dealing with a perfect system, because capitalism in of itself is based upon the preface that you produce something, you get paid for it.
Well, no, I mean, capitalism is by all means a superior system.
Socialism is based on greed, where capitalism is based on actual competitiveness. With socialism, it is just theft. It is stealing from people who have more than you to give to people who have less than you. Whereas with capitalism, you can be as greedy as you fucking want to be, but unless you're providing a good service or you break the law, it will get you nowhere.
Well, to be fair, in the sense of communism, the only people that are actually making fucking any money off of it are the people that are actually working in the government, which are greedy to begin with.
There is no government
human
in the
nature.
communist system. Don't conflate communism with socialism. Under socialism and fascism, more
No,
authoritarian
socialism,
rules.
fascism, and communism are all the fucking same.
No,
the only
no,
difference
no, no,
is
no,
who
oh, no,
runs
no.
the government.
I like
No,
this
there is no
motherfucker.
government in total communism.
How so? How so?
That's the actual premise of communism, is that we are supposed
so?
to live in a classless, marketless, and governmentless society, and everybody is supposed to.
So who decides what laws are? Who decides what laws are enforced and what are not?
Whatever the dictator happens to run to.
Hold on, let him answer. I want to hear this idiot's fucking response to that one.
Whoa, bro. Keep it funny, man. Keep it funny.
Don't make it serious or assholishness. This is supposed to be interesting and just debate discussion, not fuck you, I'm rightish.
Red, this is the internet.
Exactly. Red is popping my stream cherry tonight, and damn it, I want this to be a good experience.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, wait.
Am I allowed to speak now?
Go ahead.
There's not allowed, disallowed. It's just, this isn't
I
vicious
know, but
cutthroatish.
it's just like everybody was trying to talk over me.
You know me
Everybody's
better.
trying
And
to
if anybody acts like an asshole, I'll call him on that shit. I just got distracted for a second.
I was an asshole.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. If you look at the way that socialism is supposed to work, and this is the excuse as to why they implemented socialism into quote-unquote communist Russia. Vladimir Lenin said himself, the ultimate goal of socialism is communism. And socialism is used in a way to suppress the human nature. Karl Marx even remarks within his own work that communism cannot work because humans are inherently lazy. And they are also inherently selfish, and they are inherently greedy. Socialism, through its practices of telling everybody that they're all the same, no matter how much you work, what job you work, you're all making the same, you're all the same, you're all in the same boat. And basically they killed off anybody who disagreed with them. So it's basically in a way to kind of curve human nature so that they could get to the perfect communist system. Ultimately, it turned into a massive power grab where people were just like, oh yeah, socialism, I could just rule over everybody if I'm in the government. Workaround.
So what you're stating is that that's not true communism. That's just a communism that we have practiced is a corruption.
We have never had total communism.
Despite the fact that the very person actually wrote the book was actually the one that actually implemented it.
Motherfucker.
So you're an idiot.
No, he's not. He's not.
Say something.
Keep it funny, brother. Keep it funny.
I'm sorry, everybody's talking over everybody else. I didn't hear your point. What was that again?
Who are you talking to?
What's his face? Agnosis.
The point of the matter is that what Karl Marx wrote in his books is the same thing that you very adamantly declare is a bad thing because it obviously destroys everything that you've already created.
Okay.
Let me say something real quick.
Go ahead, Sir Wolfie.
Okay.
If you think socialism works, look at Detroit.
Okay, so
look anywhere else that uses socialism, it doesn't fucking work. No matter how many times you want to try and implement it, it's one of these types of systems that's just to work.
Exactly.
And you could go with the excuse that says, "Oh, well, that was a real socialism." You can say that about anything else.
Well, you gotta remember.
That's not the point I was trying to argue in what I was saying.
What? Okay, hold on. Let me.
It wasn't true communism.
It's no true Scotsman fallacy with
It wasn't true communism. I didn't say it wasn't true socialism. Socialism doesn't work either in the long term.
Okay, hold on.
So what does?
Let me butt in here. I think what he was trying to get at, and correct me if I'm wrong, sir. I will eat humble pie. All right, I live on the internet, so
that's fine. Just go ahead.
Okay, so I think what he was trying to say is we haven't practiced true communism, but at the same time, he's acknowledging the fact that it does corrupt. He's not saying that it's perfect. It's not saying that he's advocating for it. He's not. He's just suggesting. He's just suggesting it doesn't work, but we've never actually tried it. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Well,
my
even in
God.
that aspect, even theoretically, by factoring in human nature and all that stuff, because you're taking away government in total communism. Total communism dictates that there is no government. That way, there cannot be social classes of people lying atop one another, and that's one of the major hypocrisies of socialism that communism is meant to address. But the fact of the matter is, if you don't have a government or you don't have somebody presiding over the people, you're basically working in an anarchist society where there are no laws.
And where
If
anybody
you
can
want-
slave
if you
anybody
want to
based
know-
upon their own beliefs.
If you want to know real communism, look at North Korea. Simple as that.
No, North Korea is still not real communism because
No,
then they
it's
wouldn't-
not. It's a
then what would-
dictatorship. It's not. It's communism. But what he's trying to explain is that, and again, correct me if I'm wrong. What he's trying to explain is he's acknowledging that human nature always trumps because communism, because it has that groundwork in denying human nature, it always leads to a dictatorship. It's not true communism, but at the same time, it's a perverse form of communism. It's not.
But every time you try to implement communism,
Yes, he's
it ends up becoming a dictatorship.
Yes, he's
that's what
acknowledging that happens, but he's also saying we haven't tried true communism because it doesn't fucking end up in true communism ever.
And also, it's just impractical. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Let's
In a
just get
perfect
along
fucking
and-
world, in rainbows and unicorns, devoid of human nature and greediness, aside from all the social corruption that goes on within our own lives, communism could work. So could capitalism. That's the fact of the matter, is that both sides are still right.
Hold on.
Fucking nature.
kid.
If you remove entirely human nature.
Child. Fuck it, I'm older than you, man. Respect your elders.
Yeah, daddy.
Oh, fuck.
Look,
Age ain't nothing but a good taste in wine.
Look, I am gonna say this. Corruption is absolute, just like fucking death.
So just like taxes?
Pretty much.
Yeah, fuck the government for that, by the way. They fucking take out 30% out of me every fucking week. They can kiss my ass in hell on that one.
Try 50% every 2 weeks.
All right.
Yeah, you make more money than I do.
But
No, I
see,
don't.
that's the whole. But see, when you try to implement that, it's just gonna go in a big full circle. We try to implement it, the system starts to fail, and then what comes after that is the people out there going, no, but that wasn't real socialism. That was real communism. And then we try it again, doesn't work. No, that wasn't real one. And the circle continues and continues.
Okay.
How many times are you gonna smash yourself in the nuts with a hammer and realize it hurts?
Exactly. Precisely.
All right, guys. So I'm
thing you
gonna
gotta
let you
remember
know for
about it
those
is
that couldn't read the chat that I told earlier participants that my 9-year-old has a question that she wants to ask a group of adults that outside of her mother and father that she wants to ask other people. So give me a second. I'm gonna bring her in and put the headset on her. Be nice to her. She'll be 10 soon, but still she's been listening to a lot of political things, this and that, but she wants to hear from other adults.
Okay.
So
Step aside.
hold on
Let me show
just
you
one
how
second.
a millennial does it.
I will watch my mouth.
See, here's the weird thing. I'm the youngest.
I don't cuss around
here.
kids, man.
So, finally, I won't be the youngest here.
I don't know. How old are you, man?
I'm 20.
I'm 25. How old are you?
Guys,
I'm
Okay.
20.
put the
Okay.
headset on her. She's got the
Youngin'.
mic. So listen up.
Hey
Hello.
guys,
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
how you guys doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fine.
Good, how are you?
Pretty good.
Happy early birthday.
Yep, it's next month.
So your mother.
Well,
says
happy
you have-
birthday.
So your mother says you have a couple questions for us.
Yeah. Thank you. I do got a questions. Yeah.
And we have answers.
Hopefully they match.
What did I put?
I had to write it down.
What do you think of Trump and why?
Ooh.
Well,
who should go first? Should the youngest go first?
Yeah, youngest first.
Okay. So who is that?
Well, okay. Coming from the youngest here, and how now so often in modern society, what my personal thing with Trump is he's a good president. Yes, he does slip up, of course. But what happens is the media, some media platforms, and yes, there are people out there who are going to misrepresent what the president does. And that happens with a lot of different presidencies. But the reason why, in my honest opinion, is he's getting more and more, let's say, backfire, is because live in this type of modern society where if we find ourselves on this path of quote unquote anti-political correctness, we find ourselves more and more disagreeing to some extent. Now, that's not an issue. People out there who do take it to the next level, either good or bad, depending on the political spectrum. That was probably a lot.
I gotta tell you, this is a dream of mine, answering a 9-year-old's political questions. Okay, so basically what I think about Trump is that he's got a big mouth on him. It does not necessarily mean that everything he says is either true or false, one way or the other, as it's often said about him. But the fact of the matter is that he has his agenda. He has a very specific voter audience that he wants to pander to. He has recognized this this audience as the non-PC people who are just tired of being told that they need to be politically correct in their speech. And so by appealing to them and by taking the unconventional route and saying everything that people are thinking, not what they actually dare to say, he's actually gaining popularity. And that's a great tactic in of itself to appeal to those people, but in a way it also kind of alienates his opponents, all the people who are saying all the bad things about him. What I feel like he needs to do is be a little bit more earnest with people and kind of get on their level and try and see things from their perspective and do what is best for the whole collective country rather than just pander to his ever shrinking group of supporters. As to whether or not I like him as a president, I think it's too early to tell. Sorry, I kind of cut you off there.
No. I thought you were done. Something I'll say about Donald Trump, and this is something that you need to keep in mind about him. It's important to, yes, pay attention to what people say, but also look at what they do. Most people's opinion on Donald Trump is based on whether or not they like what he said this week or not. I personally like Donald Trump. He was not my first choice. I did want Ted Cruz, but I think that so far he has taken positive steps to improve the country. And yes, not everything positive that's happened under his presidency can be solely, directed at him. But I think all in all, he has been good, although sometimes he lets his mouth run a little bit too wild. But it is important to look at what people do and what they say. Yeah, I win.
I mean, I voted for him. I voted for him on a grudge because Gary Johnson actually won the Libertarian vote. If Austin Peterson had won the Libertarian vote, I would have voted for him. But personally, quite frankly, I'm rather intrigued at what has happened upon the political spectrum, considering we have the alt-left triggered, and we have the alt-right triggered for their own right, which I find absolutely hilarious. But going on from that side, I find it rather ironic that most people view political spectrum based upon the left or the right, which is also funny to me, and considering the fact that Donald Trump was a Democrat for most of his life. But that aside, the only reason why I voted for him is because Oscar Peterson didn't get the ticket for the Libertarian Party.
I guess it's my turn, huh?
Yes.
All right. To be honest with you, what I like about Donald Trump is he humanizes the presidency. He's a businessman, not a politician, which brings a different insight to what the government may need. So that's basically my opinion.
Sorry, Adamantine, they're answering.
Makes a good point.
The question my 9-year-old asked of what do you think of Donald Trump and why?
Should I go?
Sure.
Wait, let Sir Wolfie finish.
Okay. Sorry.
I basically said what I said. So.
Sorry, I'm listening from outside the headset.
Is everyone?
Sir Adamantine hasn't had a say.
Well, I think Donald Trump is a horrible, horrible human being. Who?
Don't. She's nine.
No. Just,
let him finish.
Don't.
Well, it's okay. Just let him finish. Just let him finish.
She saw his avatar with the black bar, and I didn't get fast enough.
I've
That's
always.
why I'm laughing. I was laughing what he said because I'm kind of with him.
Well, there's a twist to my explanation though.
Smart kid.
I've always thought he was a horrible human being, but once he started running against politicians and media, I realized there's a lot worse people out there, because every politician he ran against, all of the Republican field, and then eventually Hillary, they're all worse human beings than he is. So he's the horrible president that we needed.
Hey.
So you mean to tell me that the monolith of the political establishment inside of the United States, Bernie Sanders to Donald Trump, is corrupt as fuck, and the rest of us...
Have you seen the news about the Sanders family lately?
Oh, after they got the donation.
Isn't his wife going to prison?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I'm a Democrat for the people, but let me take this few $1 million from the Hillary Clinton Foundation and buy this new jet and house. You're a
45
fraud.
minutes from his other house.
Well,
big deal. He bought it with his own money. There's a fucking difference.
No, he didn't. It wasn't his own money.
Guys, there's a kid in here. Maybe we shouldn't touch.
Well, the thing with me is I forgot to vote because I didn't register in time. That's my fault. I'm not blaming anyone else. But I was going to be for Trump, because I was not going to let Hillary Clinton become president. Now, it sounds bad, but once you look into her past and into her history and what she's done, she should have gotten some type of prison sentence, in all honesty.
Well, in reality, she's been destabilizing countries.
Did you hear they actually just came out with James Comey's new letter just came out, or a new letter from James Comey just came out, and that's something's gonna happen there, I hope.
Yeah. So what I think of Donald Trump is that he did a great thing. That he took. What was it, Mom? Like Mom, you said something about Donald Trump saved people from.
No, I was talking about that during his presidency, the whole family that got saved from overseas. It happened.
Yeah, what I don't really like Hillary Clinton is because I'm trying to get to the point, Mom.
Go
Okay.
on.
Well, let me tell you. Well, hold on. Let me tell you this: for a 9-year-old, you're pretty goddamn smart.
Go on.
Then I wonder where she got her spirit from.
Well, my parents. What do you think? My parents. And so what I think about Hillary Clinton, because she protected this man from like a while ago, before I was born, and so she protected this man of like she raped this 12-year-old girl, and she protected him. And now she wants to protect the women from rapists. And now I'm pissed the F-U-C-K off.
About what?
Of what she changed her mind about.
Oh my!
I loved it. I applaud you. I seriously applaud you.
Yeah, seriously.
Somebody wanting to protect someone from rapists.
You are my new favorite child.
You are my new favorite. You're my new favorite.
You know what I got that from? It's from Twitter.
Oh, that's the greatest shit I'll ever be involved in.
But my mom won't let me do Twitter, but I don't really like it because it doesn't have games. That's why I like Facebook.
Mine, you fucking eavesdropper.
Oh
Because I have nothing else to do.
Later, this is adorable.
Learn about swearing.
Homework's boring. Don't you know?
Listen to your mother. She has very insightful information for the rest of your fucking life.
Then how can I fight
Remember,
from bullying like this person that took my once maybe?
Hey. Just tell her like mother, like daughter.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Which is this?
Just tell her like mother, like daughter.
Now, do you have any more questions for us, or was that just the only one? Hello?
It's child.
And silence.
I guess that was it.
I'm scared.
Young one, if I could offer any advice, though, it's good to know what's going on in your country, but you're 9. Don't forget to go play on a swing set every now and again. Like, go have some fun while you can.
Go have some.
I can agree with that.
World is, the world.
It's nothing really that you should be concerning yourself
You know what I'm
about.
saying?
Yeah, before you know it, you wake up, you're 25, you're a truck driver, and you got a full-grown beard.
I mean,
maybe that's just me.
hell, when I was 9 years old, I wasn't even thinking about politics. I was just having fun in the jungle gym.
When I was 9 years old, I went and shot my first elk. So, I mean, yeah, politics was the farthest thing from my mind.
Shit, I shot my fucking first elk at 12? Damn, you got me beat.
Times are changing.
Good times, though, good times.
No, it's fun as fuck. I don't want to argue that.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing like that first hunt as a child where you get your first kill. That's the one that's going to set you up for the rest of your life.
Oh, mine was turkey season.
When I was 9 years old, it was 1984.
I've never been hunting, but I want to really badly. I know hunting season's around, so here's my chance.
Benihana, man, try it, dude. It's a good time.
Oh, hell. What I've heard, it sounds like a good time. It really does.
A second week of deer camp.
Like, that's one of the things I really want to get deer. Because one of the things I want to do is make deer jerky. And I know it's a long process, but that's one of the things I want to do so badly.
Well, you gotta start with...
When you make your jerky, don't use heat.
Yes, definitely. Use
heat.
air dry.
That's why I heard. Don't use heat.
Also, start with...
Yeah, no, don't use heat, man. Just dry it.
I make some real good jerky.
Also, start with some fucking target practice before you go out there hunting for deer.
Yeah.
You want to hit him. You want to hit him right in the
Yeah,
heart.
seriously, and
Don't worry. I know how to hold a gun. I know how to fire. I've known how to shoot since I was about probably 6 or 7 years old.
man, you need to be able to hold 3 shots in a fucking $50 at 150 yards.
Okay, now that's gotta be.
If you can do that, no, seriously, do that before you hunt, because when you do hunt, you're gonna shake. You're gonna be nervous the first shot. But if you know what you can do, you can line it up. Say you go to shoot it in the heart. Even if you jerk a little bit, you're still gonna hit it in the lungs. But because you can got that good accuracy and you're used to it, you'll still hit your target.
Always aim low.
Also,
a little bit low.
What I've always heard is never aim for the face.
No, don't hit the
Unless
face.
you can make the shot, I shoot them in the face. It wastes meat to shoot them in the heart. But like I said, I can hit a quarter at 150 yards consecutively, and I've done that for years. You know, like I said, to me, shooting them in the chest, it wastes meat. You know, especially because I'm an Arizona boy. You know, we don't have those real big fucking deer where I come from, my part of Arizona. So, you know, you get maybe 80 pounds of meat off of it at the most. So, yeah, I'm not wasting any of that.
I'm from Michigan. They're big.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah?
Not wrong.
Yeah, I heard you guys got good hunting out there.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Little Red's got one more question before I send her little ass off to bed.
All
right, Little Red.
I wonder where she gets her sass from.
I'm looking forward to a Little
That's
Red
the laptop.
YouTube channel.
Who likes school?
I'm sorry?
Who likes school?
She wants to know who likes school. That doesn't sound anything like she was trying to ask me earlier, but okay. Close enough for God.
Ask again. Ask again.
Ask Wolfie that question. He did a whole chant for me about school.
School is my religion.
School.
School is stupid.
No.
Except recess.
School is
Whoa,
good.
now hold on.
This stuff.
Now, she has something she wanted to ask you guys earlier, but she got ADHD'd like her mom.
Who likes My Little Ponies?
Now,
It's not that her
No.
17-year-old like your sister.
No. My sister wants me to.
Okay, so her older sister wants to know who likes My Little Ponies or My Little Bronies.
I think that we should gas them all.
Gas the ponies, in my opinion.
Come on, they're young. Don't say that.
Burn it at the stake.
Right?
Hey, Little Red, something you need to know about school.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Well,
she's going to
I'm
bed.
staying home to soak my thumb.
Yeah, she's got a black thumb.
Yeah, I wish I could.
Nothing racist, it's just bad.
Now hold on. Coming from
Mom,
the youngest
my mom
one
said
here,
Chad.
coming from the youngest one in
Hey,
this chat.
And now I'm
I like school because it gives me a
Alright.
break from my kids.
Alright. But, alright, I'm gonna make my Tweedledees and Tweedledums say goodnight. Say goodnight, girls.
Good night, girls.
Go to bed.
Night.
Alright, good night. Good night.
I'll see you
gotta
fucking
go
disgusting
home.
face tomorrow.
Get out. I love
Good
you.
night, girls.
Mom.
Night.
I was her favorite.
Oh, Julian turned it toxic. I love my daughter.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Stop it.
Go to bed.
Right? I know.
Let's
There's
see your
that.
mother.
The youngest one was supposed to be in bed a half hour ago, but she got up when she realized what was going on.
Red,
In the morning.
seriously,
Good night.
Red, seriously, I love your kids.
Yeah,
Thank you. I have
They're
some.
awesome.
I have a form
Wait.
of attachment to them as well.
No, seriously. Like, if your kids have like any more fucking questions, just let us know. I want
Yeah,
answers.
well, I told them if they want to ask questions of a broad spectrum of adults, because there's some people from all different spectrums I talk to. I was like, I will present a part at the end of what I do on my midweek windup where we talk to, like, I will let you ask a serious question, not the My Little Pony, My Little Brony shit she threw in at the end. That was her 17-year-old sister getting in touch with her inner asshole. But, but you know, but I told her, I was like, you know, I was originally trying to do this on Wednesdays, but people kept mucking up my Wednesdays. So, but
You
I
need to
figure
get a
I'll either do
graphics
it
card
Wednesdays
for
or
the end that
Thursdays.
just Little Red's question and answer time.
No,
But
what's
that-
going to happen is it's going to be Little Red Ranting Hood.
But
I like that one better.
No,
Yeah.
No offense, but I was surprised with the question. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
seriously.
No, she asks me all the time what I think about politics, and honestly, I don't want her to grow up the same way I did, and the way a lot of people grew up was thinking that because my
Right.
parents think so, it is so. I want her to think outside of her family and direct influence. I want her to have a world perspective and not a snowflake perspective.
I argue with my parents all the time about fucking politics. It's, freeform.
But see, I grew up thinking that Ronald Reagan was great. They're like, well, why is he great? Because he was great, and he was an actor once.
Except the fucking war on drugs.
But still, I didn't have any facts to back up anything I thought. And then my mom was angry at Bill Clinton. Oh, we don't vote for Bill Clinton. Oh, Bill Clinton was evil.
Bill Clinton's
Why?
a rapist.
He was just bad.
Bill Clinton was evil.
Clinton's a rapist.
But still, I didn't have any facts to back anything up. All I believed was what my parents believed with no facts, just strict belief.
Bill Clinton spent 50 years with Hillary. That's enough of a punishment for any crime.
But still, there's a difference between religion and politics, so they say. Religion is based on faith without anything to really back it up. But the way children are raised nowadays is religion is now politics. You're told this is the good party. This is good. This is good. The other is bad. Why? It's just bad. Shut the fuck up. It's bad. That's all the kids are told. And I decided a long time ago with my first child, almost 18 years ago, that I would not raise her in a specific religion, ideology, or anything. I would let her know what I believed, but I would give her the option to pursue multiple avenues to see what works for her at certain ages. Not say, hey, you're 2 years old, figure it the fuck out. No, it's, hey, she shows interest in this, fine, I will go with her. And if it seems way too the fuck out there, then I reel it in.
What
That's
really
what my dad did with
surprised
me.
Of your daughter was when she talked about Hillary Clinton and how she absolutely hated her because she knew what Hillary has done. I was just like, she knows. She knows. She knows. Let me tell you this. She's the smartest 9-year-old I know for now. I can tell you that much.
My mother-in-law is hardcore Democrat socialist. She wanted Hillary.
Oh, God, no.
She wanted socialism. She wants free medical. She wants free this, free that, and all that.
There's no such thing as free.
And I'm one of those that you got to work for it to get it.
Yeah,
yes, there's a thing for disability at a certain extent, but just because you get migraines or anything like that, like I haven't been able to work for 3 years. I still haven't filed for disability. I still haven't done it because I'm not disabled. I'm just unable to work at this moment.
Somebody
I
has
had
to
a
pay for it at
friend
the end
in
of the
high
day.
school.
Red.
Sorry, go ahead.
But see, my mother-in-law, she goes on and on about Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton and the Democrats and this and that. And my 9-year-old started to believe that the person I voted for, Donald Trump, was a devil. I'm like, you know what? Honestly, I have some complaints about Donald and how he's doing. But you know what? He's a human being. You have problems with me as your mother, but I'm your mother and I have the best interest for you. You're not always going to like what I do, and I might make some mistakes. And she's like, oh, that's right. I mean,
do you mean to tell me that humans are naturally devoid of?
We're flawed.
And are flawed.
I seriously applaud you. I seriously
Flawed.
do.
I appreciate it. A lot of people tell me I'm fucked up for talking to a 9-year-old about politics or anything, but she listens to what I listen to, and I'm like, you know what? Just telling her to mind her own business isn't going to work, or give her an electronic device to bury her face in. I want her to know more than what I knew when I was growing up.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, just saying, years old, I wasn't focused on anything like that. I was just focused, having fun being a kid. You know what I mean?
Oh, she has fun. She plays keeper for her soccer team, other than the fact that her thumb's coming off right now. She messed the fuck out of her thumbnail. She slammed it in a car door before school started.
Oh.
But, you know, and she's been helping me coach the U8s. So she's actually got other activities she does. And we work on her homework. She's unfortunately spends 2 hours a day on the bus and all that. But we don't rant, rave.
All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I gotta go to bed and go to work in the morning.
All right, take care, brother.
All right.
Red.
You guys have a fucking magnificent night.
You too.
You too, Wolfie.
I goddamn will.
That's not Wolfie that's leaving.
Oh shit, sorry. No, my
Peace
thing's
out,
acting
brothers.
weird, and I can't see. Nobody's actually popping up now. To show me who the fuck's talking.
Yeah,
And this
my
is the first time
audio
I've ever talked to any of you.
I've got a suck ass
just a dick.
audio setup that we're gonna replace this weekend. It was pretty good. It was a pretty nice Logitech headset that was normally $35 to $42, and I got it for $2. So
I just hope to God like one of her teachers is not like a batshit crazy Democrat.
I'm gonna tell you this right
hope to
now.
God.
She actually has a serious SJW for a teacher. Now, mind you, my daughters are in touch with their inner asshole, and they're sorting it out. And they're going through a lot of things I remember going through. But back then, they could beat the bad out of you and really correct you. But now, this one teacher, now mind you, it's in a small town, not even a big city where she can get some traction. But in this town, my 9-year-old, this lovely woke junior red, as Renegade put it, this little asshole decided she was going to try to get her friends to sign her 1-inch 3-ring binder. Now, mind you, it's not end of the year. You don't need autographs. It's not like it's the last time you see anybody, but she wanted people to sign it for some reason. She wasn't listening, and the teacher calls me while she's on the bus coming home from school. And then she actually gets my husband, and he's a lot more understanding than I am, because I will call a crazy bitch out when they're being crazy. And she decides that, you know, she goes through this like 10-minute spiel about what happened when it could easily be summed up. Your kid wasn't listening. I said, line up for the end of the day so we can send you home. She wouldn't line up. She got her friends to sign her 3-ring binder. I took the binder. Your kid fucked up. Nope. 10 minutes later, she's talking about an incident report, and they need to have a quote unquote review of the situation, and they need to have a reflection where they can talk about how things can be done better. No, it's shut up. You fucked up. Listen, do what you're told. That's what she got when she got home. We haven't had any more incident reports. So, no, she's got an SJW for a teacher, and this ain't going to work. And the SJW teacher and I have had a few words, even at the preschool meeting where we talk before the classes even start. I'm like, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't put up with horseshit, shenanigans, or excuses. There may be, once in a while, problems where things pop up. We get that. But you know what? I don't want to hear excuses. I want to hear reasons. So,
My dad would really like you, Red.
I was born in
because he's like
Texas,
the
raised in
same.
Alabama, and then I got stuck here.
Yeah, my dad, born in California, raised his entire life in Oregon to a single dad.
Goddamn
Like-
Oregon!
I was born in Oregon,
Right now,
but I live in
really
Arizona
pity
now. I've
Oregon.
converted. I'm better.
I pity Oregon right now. The only thing Oregon has above us is booze and strip clubs. That's all they got above Washington.
Yeah,
I
but
live
their
in
strip
Washington
clubs
right
ain't
now.
that good.
Well, I mean, it's Oregon.
But in Washington,
The strip
you
clubs
have
ain't
to
that
buy
good,
soda.
though.
You have to buy like $20 worth of soda on a punch card before you even get into the strip club.
That is retarded.
Yeah, you're telling me. Most of the bitches don't look good after 3 whiskeys, let alone 3 sodas.
Oh God, Red, I love you.
Sorry.
Red, you're honestly becoming more and more my favorite.
Yeah, seriously.
I am really in touch with my inner asshole. There's a few of these girls out here that, unfortunately, there aren't very many women on the internet, I guess. Rule 32 and all that. But the ones that are out there are misleading or traps or trolls or something. And honestly, what you hear is what you get. Me all the time. I'm a ginger in real life. I'm an asshole in real life. I don't sugarcoat it for my kids. I don't sugarcoat it for anyone. I might play nice once in a while with other people's kids because, well, their kids are used to other kinds of correction. But you know what? I can always call practice early and say, "Oh, done."
Yeah. Well, it's important to be who you are in this world.
Yeah, I tried to conform for too long early in my life.
Well, I would love to, be myself at times, but the thing is that if I become too much of myself, I'm obviously gonna start shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like if I'm too honest, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, you gotta be who you are at the end of the day. Like, if you're around a group of people that you feel you cannot be yourself with, you're around the wrong group of people.
It's better to be alone than in a group of nobodies.
Definitely.
Exactly. I'm a truck driver. I spent 2 seasons in the Bering. I've literally lived in half the states in this country as a child. I have 4 people in my life that I talk to on a consistent basis because those 4 people understand and accept me for who I am. I would take those 4 over the millions of people I've actually met in my life.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I mean, hell, look at the goddamn community we're in. I fucking love it. It's one of these groups that, like, I could actually, be myself, and it's one of those things that I really couldn't be. So now I feel it's one of these big reliefs. Like, it's like one of these it's one because growing up now, or how it was, because I was growing up in a time where the PC culture really was now starting to get big.
Dude, I'm only a few years older than you, brother. I get it.
It was harder and harder to actually be yourself and actually have civil discussions because we just can't. We just really can't.
I'll be 38 in December. When I was growing up, I swear to God, the group I grew up in, I was the poor kid in the rich kid district, and I swear to God, the movie Mean Girls was made about my high school. And I mean, I was used to the South where you were who you were. There weren't the pretenses. Sure, we were on the wrong side of the tracks, but we were all on the wrong side of the fucking tracks. And you just kind of got along to get along, and you just got through with family, God, and everything else. And then I got stuck up here, and up here in Washington, it was like serious shell shock. And I wasn't the same person after we got moved up here. I really wasn't. The outgoing, confident person I was down in the South got castrated, basically. That's the only way I can put it, is I got cut off at the ankles. I wasn't allowed to be me. The protocols were different. Even on the military bases, they were different. And then the people, it was either you fall in with the majority or you're nothing. And that was back in '85 here in Washington. And I'm like, I don't get it. I was the smart kid down there. I was the advanced kid. I was the one everybody wanted their kids to be. And up here, it was just dehumanizing almost, where I wasn't good enough. And the policies were so different, and the people just so demanding. I didn't understand. I get it. My dad was in the Army, but I'm not in the Army. I just didn't get it. And then we went into civilian life, and that was even crueler, if you can believe it. The civilians were way crueler. And they expected you had certain allegiances or nothing. And that was in kindergarten. You had to start swearing allegiances in kindergarten. And it got real toxic real fast and real cliquey. And unfortunately, that's what YouTube's turned into too. Is you could either be the cool kids, the edgy kids. There's so many different classifications. I just want to be one of the goddamn kids. I just want to be me. I don't care with the following and everything. And unfortunately, that's what gets a lot of people, is the followings, the clicks, the likes, the subscribes. I'm not going to deny, I wouldn't mind several hundred people tuning in to hear what me and a group of friends has to say, but honestly, that's not going to turn my world. I've got a life. I've got a family. I've got an idea. I've got how I'm living.
Red,
The clicks and the subscribes aren't going to change that.
Red, do you mind if I tell you a quick story?
Go ahead.
So this was when I was in high school. I was a junior, and one of my friends, who his name, let's just call him. You know what? I would just say his nickname. His name was Tito. He was like a 5'5" little Mexican. And what happened was what my high school did was we would always have these semi-formal dances, just like a regular high school would. But what happened was he took a picture with him and his girlfriend at the time, and they were holding airsoft guns, and they had the depiction and they had the description, semi-formal 2016. And here's what happens. They go to the dance. After the dance is over, he gets called aside by the principal, the disciplinary, and a bunch of the staff. Turns out he got suspended because of that picture for 11 whole days because of that picture. Now, around this time, this was 2014, 2015, and at this time was the whole Ahmed case. If you know what that was.
Oh,
that was
Clock Boy.
The Clock Boy, yeah. So we started talking about this in class. I for one defended the kid because not only was he one of my friends, he was also my shop mate.
Shit.
And I was demonized in my class because I defended this kid. So I can tell you straightforward that when you talk about serious subjects, well, I wouldn't say serious. I use the word serious very loosely. Certain subjects like this, you can see how people can really fucking be at this point. Because in my opinion, was it his fault that he got in trouble for it? No. What do I think was a dumb idea?
Oh,
yes.
Unfortunately, the way it was set up, it seems pretty goddamn intentional. Sorry.
Yeah, dude. I
followed that story
look.
pretty close. I followed that story close. I know his father's story. I know the family story.
No,
his older sister. No.
It was just a shits and
Red.
giggles.
No.
Red. He's not talking about that. He's not talking about Clock Boy. He's talking about his friend.
Yeah.
Your friend is a fucking idiot, though, dude. Like straight up, your friend is a fucking idiot.
Here's what with my friend. He was posted with 2 airsoft guns. It was him and his prom date. The problem was these airsoft guns. I think I'm trying to remember. They looked like P50s, or I can't remember the actual gun name. I'm sorry, but the problem was these guns did look realistic because the problem was he didn't have the orange tip on. So they thought that he was going to semi-formal to shoot up the school. Mind you, at this time there was also a mass shooting that happened that year.
Yeah, dude. Look, I get it. He's your buddy. You want to defend him. We'll be like, it was just a joke. But like, as somebody who's owned guns my whole life, that is a fucking stupid move. 11 days excessive. Yes, but he couldn't go unpunished for it.
I definitely fucking agree with you. It was a dumb idea, but I really don't think 11 days was that right.
Oh yeah, definitely excessive.
Because what happened was he had to do summer school because of it, because he lost so many days.
Right.
Because how I felt at that time was like, okay, hold on for a second. He took a picture of him with his girlfriend holding airsoft guns, and he gets 11 days. While this kid, who comes in to school with a device that looks like a bomb, and he gets 3 days, and he meets the president.
Yeah, no, dude, that's shit, man. You should have told him, be like, hey, dude, pull the spick card. And I'm part spick. Look at my damn picture. You can see how dark my damn arm is. I'm part spick. You should have pulled that card.
No, not even joking. We made jokes about that. We were just saying, like, you know what you could have done. You could have pulled the Mexican card. You could have pulled that shit. You could have said, oh, they were racially profiling me.
You need to just turn on the accent a little bit. If you turn on the accent a little bit, then no, they no punishing. They just say, okay, no problem, you good, mijo, you good.
No, the thing with this was it made news. There's articles about it.
Damn.
I could seriously pull up the article for you if you want.
Speaking of which,
Fucking,
I got one
dude,
more
link it in the
topic,
chat
you guys.
and I'll read it.
If you guys want to hear the last topic on the wheel before we call it a night.
Let's do it. Jane, show me a soda, motherfucker.
What you talking about, President?
Here we go.
Oh.
Can I just guess what it's about?
What you talk about, President?
Am I the only one who wants Little Red to read that out loud again?
What's that?
Am I the only one who would love to hear Little Red read that out? That would just be adorable.
Oh my God, Sonic reading that would be just, oh Christ. What you talk about, President?
Red, can I just guess what this topic is about?
Go ahead, guess. I don't think you'll ever get it.
Is it about what happened with his comments about the fallen heroes and how he said
actually it's about everything the way the president says it. See, today and yesterday with the Gold Star recipients and the widow and the mother and the congressman and all that, that's just icing on the cake. We're just talking about in general. When Donald Trump says these beautiful, just beautiful points of wisdom. Trumpisms, yes. See, I love my presidents. Even Obama, who I voted against and was declared winner while I was still voting. I still love my president.
Wait, hold on. Are you telling me you voted for Mitt Romney? Oh God damn it! Why are you Mormon?
I had reasons.
Look, dude, it's South Park, man. Giant douche or turd sandwich.
Yes, thank you. The lesser of the two evils. I wasn't gonna vote for Obama just because he was black.
No, I wasn't.
Just because you're black doesn't make you a good president. Sorry. Just because you're a woman doesn't make you good quality for no president. Just because you're white does not
Hillary's
make
so
you
old, she's
good
practically a
quality
dude at
for
this point.
no president. All right? It's more than just the race and the fucking gender, for fuck's sake, but it's, like he said, douche and turd sandwich. Really it is. But I'm talking about the first time
my
through.
opponent turd sandwich. No, you're a turd sandwich.
Oh, no, I'll be the turd sandwich. Why? Because I'm America. Sandwich. Fuck yeah. Anyway.
You know what's funny is if you actually look at my arm, it says "Made in America."
Nice.
It says "Made in America," but because the angle the picture's at, the A's blocked out.
Nice. America. Fuck yeah. I want those puppets to come to say the motherfucking day. Yeah. That's why. Anyway.
That's what's fun. I actually got my fucking channel name and everything from my tattoos. I literally have "Made in America" above a phoenix.
But honestly, the whole thing about the, what you talking about, President, is our president has said a lot of things on Twitter. Now, before this, many presidents have made speeches, eloquent, just all kinds of fucking eloquent speech. I'm drunk, but they have these amazing avenues, and everybody, for even Nixon, they're like, the words, they were so amazing and touching. And then Trump gets Twitter, like everyday Americans. Now, when it comes to what Trump's talking about, it's his Twitter versus American address system like other presidents use. Are you more
Well, to
for
be fair,
the
Obama started the whole presidential Twitter thing.
traditional ways presidents talk about stuff? Or are you happy with the way Trump is tweeting about everyday life?
No.
Know what?
No, I'm not happy about it. He needs to get the fuck off Twitter.
Oh, fuck. People like me don't even belong on Twitter.
I totally disagree. That's, like I said earlier, he's a sleazy human being, but less sleazy than politicians, and the shit he says on Twitter is exactly what needs to be said. And
a lot of times when he makes claims, he would substantiate it.
Like every other politician does, you mean?
Well, you know what? He's supposed to be the anti-politician. He's supposed to be the everyman. Well, I'm sorry. If I claim I got a fucking 12-inch dick, I got to prove that shit.
Not if you're a politician, you don't. Point out a politician ever that told the truth more than they lied.
George Washington.
All right, you got me there.
Yeah. And you know what? When I run to be the president, I will fucking tell the truth.
And they're putting up a statue to a black George Washington in my state.
What? Would it be racist if I went and spray painted it white just for the fun of it?
White face the statue. How great would that be? Now, okay, I live in Washington State. And this place called Centralia, Washington, has decided this Negro, half Negro, I want to say 1817, George Washington came from a white woman and a black slave father, came out here, and he decided, oh, wait, this is getting a little tough. And so he moved further out and around to get away from the whole, slavery thing. And then he went to this place called Central Town. And eventually it became Centralia, Washington. But he bought up tons of property, and his neighbors loved him so much. They're like, oh, let's help him fight this whole stigmata of slavery. He's a free man. It was ancient liberalism, basically, is what happened.
I drive through Centralia a lot, and that just doesn't fucking surprise me. That's the kind of shit
Centralia is fucking dirty. It's dirty. It's disgusting. It's filth. It's slime. It's Centralia. God damn it, Centralia. What's wrong with you?
I am a truck driver, and I've gone to some fucked up places. I will not park in Centralia. It is too much even for me.
Hell, people park in Shelton before Centralia.
Yeah, I mean, I bit the fucking head off a live rattlesnake, and I won't park in Centralia. For all you guys who don't know where it is, that ought to tell you how fucked up that place is.
Centralia is pretty fucked off. It is. It's nothing but tweakers, opioid addicts. It's just gross. You pull through town, even on a nice hot summer day, it looks dirty and gross and gray.
I got my door knocked on while taking my 30 down there one time. I parked up right outside of town, right outside of fucking town, on one of the pull-offs. I'm parked there, fucking just chilling, playing on my phone. Fucking knock. Some fucking tweakers just like, hey, you want to have a good time? Get the fuck away from my truck.
I was having a good time before you knocked on my door.
Like, I gotta go get this damn thing washed now. Fucking hippies. My sister actually used to live in Yakima, and she
drinking.
Yeah, my sister used to live in Yakima, and thankfully she moved. Unfortunately, she moved to fucking Portland.
Ah, shit, son. Yakistan for Portland.
Yep, I'm trying to just get her to move down to Arizona with us honest, law-abiding, God-fearing folk.
Yep, there's quite a few folks.
And also, we have a lot of Mexicans.
So, well, I'm going to hell. Anybody that wants to plug their channel, I'm going to call it a night. I've been streaming way longer than I intended to because I let chaos reign supreme. So, first, I'm going to tell everybody that this was the more serious, if you can fucking believe it, version that Mercolium and I run on Sundays called The Devil's Advocate. And on that show, we get 4 to 6 guests, and it's become me as the reigning bitch supreme. And I don't know the questions. I really don't. And he keeps trying to get me to write questions. I say, I won't do it. I'll talk to people. I ain't making questions. I got other things to do. But he makes the questions. See, I got the joke titles with serious questions. He's got the serious titles with joke questions. And you spin the wheel for pro or con. The first name picked gets to pick pro or con, and then we divide the teams up, and then we pick our topics. And then yours truly here gets to argue for beautiful things like for pro-slavery, pro-feminism, and all the like kinds of things you would expect me to champion. But I swear that wheel is rigged, but I've played with the wheel on my show, so I know it's not too rigged. But we play on Sundays. That's the joke version. My midweek windup is for people to come on and have a legitimate say. Half the time I might take it serious. Half the time I might take it jokingly. It's nothing against you. It depends on my mood. It's nothing against the people. It's my mood and my channel. So fuck it. I ain't got to explain. So you know what you're in for if Red posts the midweek windup. And then anybody that's invited to the midweek windup also has invitations to the Devil's Advocates on Sundays. You just got to let me know what Sunday you're available for. I work on Pacific time. So if you want to play on Pacific time and the game show intentionally being an asshole game, just message me. So that's my thing. Anybody else wants to plug their content, show their shit, go ahead.
Yeah, how do I contact you? I'm not on Twitter.
You're not on Twitter. You can message me on Facebook, or not Facebook. I hate fucking Facebook.
I'm not on Facebook either. I literally have no social media. I just have an email address.
You can direct message on YouTube, or Discord's not too bad a place if you know a few servers to go to. If you want to after the stream, once I wind it down, I'll send you my server link. And my server's safe. There's no viruses or anybody acting any more asshole-ish than me on there. And it's not just me. Spike, Mary is Supergirl. She and I own the server there. It's called Fuck Your Feminism. It's our version of feminism. Everything's fair or nothing's fair. So, but we have a Discord. And you can access the Discord app on your phone. Any kind of other app as well. I could also give you our, God, I try not to get too entangled on the interwebs, because if I get too many networks alerting me on shit, I just throw my phone out the window. I've done it more than once and said, fuck it, I'm not talking to anyone. And my husband would say, no, you have to talk to people. Return the messages. So it's not unheard of for me to say, fuck it, I'm not talking to anybody. So...
I'll tell you what, I'll create a secondary email address for my channel, and then I'll just link that, or I'll just put that in the description of this video. Cool?
That works.
I suck with technology, Red. Like, yeah, seriously, I suck with technology.
I hear you.
I'm about
honestly,
as technologically advanced as a stick tied to a rock.
I'm almost 38, and no shit, back in 99, when somebody said, are you familiar with HTML? I said, yeah, I have a Hotmail account. So
I don't know. I saw what it did to all my friends, and I'm just like, you know what? I just don't need this shit.
Yeah, and honestly, with Discord and Twitter, I only do it at my computer. I get text message from people that have legitimate cell phone numbers on my cell phone. And then other than that, I get my Discord, my Twitter, and all that other shit at my laptop when I'm sitting down and ready to deal with the day's bullshit.
I understand that. Well, let's make sure I never get your phone number to text you, because I have a bad habit of getting drunk and asking for nudes.
You don't want the nudes I've sent people when they ask me for them. I sent a picture of a woman that looked like she was covered in testicles once. Yeah, it was great. Third time's the charm. They asked me twice before. The third time, I was like, you know what? This guy deserves nudes. I didn't say what kind of nudes they deserved.
Damn it, Red, I like you. And I am so glad. Like, this is my first time I've ever been on a stream, and I am just so glad it was yours because this is fun.
Oh, I broke his cherry. Go Red. Go Red. Honestly, a lot of people say, oh, I'll have this person on my stream. Honestly, if somebody has a personality, a sense of humor, and a point of view, I'll let anybody on the stream I'm doing. And honestly, this is only the second one I've done. But honestly, I will start doing Little Red Ranting Hoods that are in 10-minute segments on my channel.
Then why am I here?
Wolfie, you're the wolf I'm running away from. I'm Little Red Ranting Hood, and you're the big bad wolf.
Oh, how am I that stupid to not notice that we had Little Red and Wolfie here?
Well, see, I've gone with the red thing.
Big bad wolf could want.
Red, let me be honest with you. You need to invite me more. You really need to.
I will, honestly. Seriously, this is my second stream, and I'm going to start a group chat. And honestly, here in the YouTube description, I know I didn't get a lot of views. I don't care. I just want people I'm okay with talking with. I'm not in for the fame. I'm not Sinatra. I'm not Schmeckel or any of those other fucks. If people want to sit here and talk, I will every week. And if other people come up with topics, they're like, hey, Red, you should talk about this. Invite me on your show. We'll talk about this on the midweek wind-up on Wednesday or Thursday. I'll fucking do it. I will fill my hangouts to the brim so people can get together and talk. I don't care if it's popular or not. Get people together talking about some real shit, not just Twitter drama. There's a real world beyond the Twitter
drama for now.
I'm just glad you think I have a personality. Most people tell me I'm just boring.
You have a personality. I can hear the intonations of your voice.
You're boring faggot.
Fuck you. Go suck your mother's cock in hell.
Nice. So...
No, I'm 25. I'm not on social media. I work all the time. Like most people my age, and honestly, most people older than me, just find me really fucking boring.
I get found boring all the goddamn time too.
Or you could be like me, just a 20-year-old stoner. It could be me.
consider the alternative to boring, which is dramatic.
Or dead.
Yeah,
well, no, that's pretty boring.
Fucking boring.
So, honestly, like I told my daughter, my almost 18-year-old, I told her several years ago. She's like, Mom, they won't do this for me. I told her, just ask. She's like, but what if they say no? I'm like, what's the worst they can do is say no. Well, what if they kill me? Well, then you're not gonna fucking care anymore, are you? That's not a mom answer. That's your mom's answer.
Sage advice. Got to give you that.
You only have one mother. Fucking listen to her.
But not just that. Well, she unfortunately ended up with an anti-mother kind of thing. That's a tragic story. But still, seriously, the worst they could do is tell you no. Well, what if they kill me? You're not going to care anymore.
They care.
No concerns.
And see, the trick to not getting killed is to make sure that you kill them first.
Right? Yep. But, all right, who wants to plug their...
Who's next?
I guess I'm doing a video, like a short little video series on my phone about all the states I drive through. If you guys want to check that out, it's American Phoenix.
Cool.
I'll just plug in my Twitter since that's the only thing I have. My Twitter handle is at BennyHana97. I'm just one of your average shit lords on the internet. If you don't know who I am, you better fucking learn.
The confidence of a 20-year-old stoner.
Look, I've been doing streams for a while now. I've been doing it for over a year.
Can't knock your hustle, buddy.
Right, anybody that wants their information plugged, depending on their devices, either throw it in the... and I will copy paste it and I will put it up into the video, or you can throw it into the disc or to the regular YouTube chat, or you can message it to me however you want, and I will put the information in the morning when I'm sober.
I am so Rolfie Neil for me.
See, the way I do it is I do the automatic schedule event. Let's go live, blah, blah, blah. And as soon as we're done and we go off air, it starts uploading. It takes the human error out of the equation. We just wait for the YouTube error. I know I'm going to get a copyright strike for that fucking cartoon I did earlier tonight. That's a guaranteed strike.
I don't think the dude will care. I really don't think.
Well, see, it's copywritten, though. And
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not monetized. I haven't monetized yet. I don't care. If people want to throw me money, I'll put a strip pole up in my yard and I'll start fucking selling tickets. Or if I really need to, someday I'll do the fucking monetary stream. But honestly, right now, I just want to reach people and have a goddamn good time. Merc can do the monetization when he gets on his thing or whatever. I just want to have a bunch of shitlords throwing shit and having a good time, and maybe once in a while answer my kids' questions outside of mom and dad.
Just gonna say, if you ever put that stripper pole in your yard, let me know. I'll catch a flight. I don't care wherever I am in the country.
Hey,
See, I know how to work a pole.
Right, I can show you.
I got a couple of kids. I know how to work a pole.
Well, you see, Red, like you said earlier, you don't want people to just have blind faith. You need that people need evidence. So I'm gonna need proof.
Red,
Video
Red,
or
you
it
keep
happened.
acting like that, you gotta have to work on my poll. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
What was that, Wolf? I missed what you said.
Video or it never happened.
You know, it's kind of like the Dr. Seuss book. Are you my polar? Yeah, instead of are you my mother? Are you my polar?
Are you my polar?
Has everybody plugged their
My
shit
dad
yet?
always talks about.
There's 2 of us left. Do you want to go next? I guess I'll go. I'm Sir Wolfie. I have the Church of Sir Wolfie. Come and worship me.
Come being the prerequisite.
I refuse.
Or the prerequisite.
Red, why must you tease me?
It's not a tease. It's an encouragement.
I love this woman.
And
Irish look who decides to show up at the last fucking minute.
Oh, God damn it, Irate Prostate. I was hoping you'd show up. I kept dipping in and out of the stream there. Being stream host, I couldn't be too distracted. How'd it go, baby? Prostate. You connected. Irate. I think AP done worn his ass out. All right, everybody continue. He'll beat in when he can.
He's joined.
I know. I see him. He can't say a word. He's got too much frog D in his throat. Where'd all the rum go? Oh, there's the rum. The bottle, anyway.
You really make me wish I was drinking.
Oh, Adamantine. See, everybody can live vicariously through Red because Red doesn't drink a lot, but when she does, she drinks a lot. Irate, god damn it, son. All right, who's left to plug holes?
Well, I have nothing to plug except my Twitter, and since I follow and you all follow me back, that's kind of pointless at this point.
Oh, there's people in the audience, 1 or 2 her and there.
Sir Adamantine is the name. That's all it
He's
is.
funny shit. Now, okay, so once there was this Red who did a little Twitter file and wanted to know her crush was this gay Griffin. Sorry. Anyway. So I did this. I don't know how many other people did this, but Max Burr inspired me because he did the tiny URL thing. And when Max Burr, the gay furry of all cartoon gay furries, did it, I turned out to be his fucking. And then Mr. Irate Prostate's wife, Uzi Q, did it. I also was her Twitter crush. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So I click onto the goddamn link. I'm like, okay, let's see. Who do I get for a crush? And I got the Beard Berry, and I'm like, wait, what? I've only messaged him a couple times. What the fuck's going on? And then, okay, we're like, all right, that's fine, whatever. And then the Twitter family pops up, and all kinds of incestuous YouTubery happens. I'm like, wait a minute, okay, so now the Beardbarian's my son, and I'm married to my son, and we... Fuck you, Twitter.
Hey, you know what they say? Incest is wincest.
Right? Incest is best. Put your sister or brother to the test. Or why cross the city when you can cross the hallway? Ah! Oh my God. One of these days I write. I write now. We tried to chat in the Discord sphere. And
hey, did y'all hear me? Can y'all
hear
me at all? Hello?
There you are. We hear you. We hear you. Can
Hello?
you hear us? Can you hear us?
Can you niggers hear me?
We can hear you.
What's up, motherfucker?
God damn, I was just about to tell them how we were trying to chat in Discord and the shit wouldn't work.
These fucking I had 2 mics plugged in, and it was like confusing the fucking windows.
2 mics, 1 mouth. That sounds like a porno.
Oh.
Fred, you're awesome, and you seriously might need to go send Jemmy like a thank you tweet, because I found you because of him.
Who?
Gemini.
Gemini, yeah, I've included him in a few tweets. I actually have him and the white YouTuber down for doing devil's advocates one of these days.
Has anybody heard from him, man?
Yeah, I found you because he invaded the cunt stream that night.
Ah! See, Red's just an asshole in disguise.
Jesus Christ.
So I will have to thank Gemini for that. See, every once in a while on Twitter, I find something with an owl hoodie on it. Like this one guy in Las Vegas. It was a black guy with a hoodie that had an owl on it. He was looking all kinds of surprise. I'm like, who dat? Who dat? Oh, it's a Gemini dislike squad. See, everybody gets all upset
I am a
about...
proud member, damn it. I can't deny it.
See, everybody gets upset about the dislike squad. You know, if it's a like or a dislike, it counts as an interaction for that YouTube account. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It's an interaction, and that counts for publicity.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
but
like
people are just whiny bitches about it.
It's the Amy Schumer bump. You know?
Hey guys, give me a second. I'm definitely gonna run on for a few extra minutes just for my guy I right here. So just gotta tell him we would be here. We would run a post stream for him because I felt honest to God, I felt so bad. I'm like, God damn it. The Drugs and Booze podcast was supposed to go at 10 o'clock Texas time. They went at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock Texas time.
No, we went at 10. We went 2 hours instead of 1, man.
But still, seriously, I know. But normally my time, it's at 7 o'clock they go. This time they went at 8 o'clock. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
That's right. That's right. 8 o'clock.
But normally they go at 7 my time, and that's why I went at 8 my time.
I don't know. They didn't want to step. I don't think he wanted to step on. I can't remember whose cast was.
No, it was probably the cunt streamer Sinatra, one of the two. Neither one much do anything other than fucking recycle each other's content.
The cunt stream tonight was garbage.
It's nothing but goddamn drama. That's why, honestly, my midweek windup, I will find a sweet spot to have everybody that wants to be where they want to be. It's something different. We'll talk about some real shit going on. We can joke, and we can also get our serious points across. I was going to try to go for an hour, but you know what? Fuck it. I won't normally go past the 2-hour mark just because nobody wants to listen to anything past the 2-hour mark. Nobody wants to get halfway in and go, what the fuck's going on? You know, it's just discourteous to those that want to join in later. And then later I will actually cut it up and make it digestible for those that want to see, hey, what the fuck happened on the midweek windup? Just as a courtesy
You're just gonna get rid
to
of
those...
everything I said.
No, honestly, there's digestible bites that could be there that aren't like, you know, long-winded rants about nothing. There really are. And my husband, I'll tell him, and he does editing great. I'm the social networker. He's the editor. We're good that way. So, but honestly, the midweek windup is supposed to be the serious version where people can get their serious sillies out, and then Sunday we can do the joke, fuck the serious shit. You already had your opportunity to bitch about things in the middle of the week, Wednesdays. So anybody that comes on the Sunday stream, if they start not getting if they start getting serious, I'm gonna start muting them. I'm like, Sunday is supposed to be a comedy sketch. Sunday is supposed to be amusing jokes, and if you're far right and you get put on the far left, you're supposed to argue vehemently for the far left. I don't want to hear how you feel in reality about things. Sunday is not reality. Sunday is fucking fun day.
But
My
Sunday
day is
is
a day for you to rant about retarded shit and feel listened to by about 12 people.
But
Red, I'll
Sunday is
tell
the
you
day
right
I
now,
feel
I
most
am
sexual.
I heard two things about I'm sexual. That's all I heard.
like, I'll tell you straight up, I'm super conservative, but if I get put on arguing for liberal sides, but I'll do it. It'll be fun.
See, if you listen to the other side long enough, you should be able to argue their points. That's the point of the Sunday stream. Like, I guess everybody could consider me a centrist. I can see pro-life and pro-choice aspects. I can see all kind of good and bad in everything. I am the devil's advocate. I can argue anybody's point for them or against them. That's kind of what I do. It's just that I've always done that, and people told me I'm contrarian. I'm like, no, I just want to make sure you know what you're arguing against. You know? So, I mean, you got to have a good time. And if people take Sunday seriously, fuck them. They don't get it. We give enough fucking warnings, snowflakes.
Yeah, I might have to create a second account, though, for that, just in case I have to argue, like, anti-gun or something, because I don't need that traced back to me.
Yeah,
I intend to run to be the president of one day.
I understand. And there's a lot of people, like, with me, I'm me throughout any fucking thing I do. I'm always red and only. That's just me.
Red, I'm being a smartass, by the way.
Yeah, no, seriously. But honestly, I've considered creating alt accounts just because I'm like, wait a minute, I want to fuck with that person, or I want to put my 2 cents in edgewise over here without them knowing who I am, because I'm not infamous nor famous by any means. But if I go into certain streams, people see that little fucking brave wannabe avatar and like, oh, that bitch.
Well, maybe you should just dox yourself. You'll be
like somebody else was talking earlier today about doxing. I'm like, I don't worry about doxing. Pretty much where I live is year-round open season for hunting. I dare you to get close enough to me.
I like you.
Whoops, you weren't wearing Dayglow orange. My bad.
You know what's interesting is my dad actually knew the guy who made that a state law in Oregon because he shot his wife. They grew up in the same town together, and yeah, they hunted together for like 25 years, never had an incident. The year she says, I want a divorce, he accidentally shoots her. And because of that, in the state of Oregon, it's now law that you have to wear 360 orange.
Nice.
Some bitch got away with it, too.
All right, guys, give me just a second. I gotta go check out on children. Somebody make sure nobody kills each other. Sir Wolfie, Adamantine, I'm working on y'all's perspective. You guys give me about quick on my monsters. They're trying to kill each other. But just consider this. After I come back, we're going to try to wind it down, and then we can still hang out in the hangouts afterwards, but I don't think anybody really wants to hear us anymore. So,
I'm splitting, okay? It's all right.
Catch you later.
You show up for 5 minutes, you don't talk for 4 of them, now you're just dipping out again.
Yeah, dude, it was like I'm getting a lot of roboting. So I'm going through a VPN right now, so it's like I'm in like fucking either the Netherlands or Canada. So that's where I'm coming out of. So,
I got you, man. Yeah, it's kind of getting a little bit robot-y on my end too. I got to dip out soon, but I'm finishing up my fucking dinner.
All right, cats. Later, and catch me during the cream stream tomorrow night. probably we're supposed to have Drunken Uncle on. He's like 80% going to be there. So, but if not, we'll find something to do.
So, Wolfie, what's going on, man?
Not much. What's up with you?
And not a whole hell of a lot. My fucking oven just broke. Like, I have this little truck oven. It's like the size of a fucking lunch pail, like the old metal lunch pails. Thing works great. Gets up to 325. Like, it cooked my dinner, and then I'm making chicken tacos, so I added the seasoning, poured some water in there. Fucking sat here for 20 minutes waiting for the fucker to boil, and it's just fucking ice cold. So I had to bust out my little frying pan.
That sucks.
Yeah, I gotta fucking buy another one tomorrow. Luckily, they're only like $30, and well, shit, that one lasted me like 6 months, so I can't say I didn't get my money out of it. But I was really hoping to fucking wake up tomorrow and just throw in a fucking tenderloin. That's the best part of this. I literally can cook a pork tenderloin while I'm doing my job. Yep.
Always a good thing. I'm actually trying to get a job where I deliver cars.
Oh, nice. You got any? You got your CDL? You got any prior experience?
No. But I drive the cars itself.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, that'd be cool, dude. I mean, those guys can make some pretty good money depending on what car they're driving. I mean, do you know, like, are you going to get paid by mile, or are you getting paid, like, percentage of the load?
I just know I can make up to $1,000 a week.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, that's good money, man.
And more if I do more cars.
Right. Yeah, I make 46 cents a mile right now. So, like the run that I'm on right now, it's gonna put $900 in my pocket in 4 days. So I can't really complain about that too much.
Well, I wanted to see about going into being a truck driver like my dad, but I can't afford the school, so.
Depending on who you go through, like I went through Central Refrigerated when I started, and like the way it works is they put you through the school, and then you sign your contract with them, and like they'll pay off half of your contract if you work for them for a year, and the half of the contract that you pay off, it gets taken out incrementally through your paychecks. So you still got money coming in that you can live off of. You're paying your school off, and after a year, you can leave to a better company, which is what I did.
All right, sorry, I'm back. Little Red and Littlest Red were curious. They're honestly talking in their sleep. They were starting to ask questions in their sleep. I was like, I thought they were awake. And honestly, seriously, now a lot of people are like, why are you getting your kids involved in this? And honestly, I want my children to have perspective outside of their parents and grandparents. Like I've said before, my mother-in-law is hardcore democratic, like socialist type person. Like they want everything to be free and all that. And I'm one of those that you need to work for it and earn it. I've been disabled for almost 3 years and I still haven't filed for disability.
Hey, I'm on disability.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But with my disability, I can go back to work eventually. And honestly, it's just my personal preference. It's nothing against those on disability. My mother-in-law and others just want to file disability because it's the easy out.
No. You don't get it. I want off.
Yeah. So, and that's the difference is my mother-in-law and others and people I know just want to keep collecting that free check. I'm like, it's not a goddamn free check. People pay for that shit.
Yep.
So, yeah.
My dad's on disability because he's completely like he wrecked his motorcycle and he got ran over a few years ago. And it's like he has to be on disability now, and it tears him up because like he has pride and it fucking kind of robs that of you.
It does.
It's just like and something my dad says all the time because he sees people younger than him. My dad's 50 or 52. He sees people my age and a little bit older saying, "Oh man, I wish I didn't have to work anymore." And something he always tells me. He goes, "You have no idea what I would trade to switch places with you to go back to work."
All right, I've worked since I was 14, and then I lost my career in the military due to what I have, and it killed me.
Yeah.
So it literally killed me. Well, not literally. I'm still alive, but
Yeah, if it literally killed you, you've made a spectacular recovery.
oh yeah. That's why I play God.
Anyway, Red's getting pretty toasty. I want to have a private cam session with my hubby. And see, I'll flirt with others, and that's not a problem, honestly. Mark and I decided a long time ago. Well, I decided, and then he kind of understood the proposition is that in the human nature, especially for males, it is not known for them to be monogamous. There's a reason DNA-wise and genetically, they can go out and procreate without any real repercussions. So, I mean, honestly, if he goes out and sleeps with someone, as long as he tells me before he comes back home to me, I'm okay, because then I get a chance to have him tested.
I'm poly, so.
I'm a big believer in the solidness of a relationship. I don't believe in sharing when you're in a relationship, but if you're outside of a relationship, I don't think, have fun. That's what I do.
I'm polyamorous, so you know what that means, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, doesn't it? Well, basically means you can find attraction to anybody, doesn't it?
No,
and you love everybody.
It's not just attraction to anybody. It's you can love more than one person. But see, with my husband, I understand I'm older than he is by 5 years. And I know he loves me.
Just robbing the cradle, huh, Red?
What?
Just robbing the cradle, huh?
Yeah, true. But honestly, Merc, for my 30th birthday, was very creative and very sweet. He decided that he was going to get me a supposed 5-year presidential pardon from being 30. So now, technically, by the paperwork, he is now older than me by a couple months. So, I mean, that was very...
That is the corniest, cutest thing I think I've ever heard of a guy do it for his woman.
I haven't heard of any other girl getting such an amazing, sweet gift. Me, I was kind of about 30 and tried to play it off. I wasn't that worried about it, but every girl worries about turning 30. And he knew me better than me, and he went out and he even tried to get my birth certificate and everything to try to get some joking pardon going. But still, seriously, he pardoned me from 30 for 5 years, so that way I'm younger than he is. And honestly, I mean, he's the best meat, the best father of my children I could ever hope for. And I mean, he's just there and does everything I need. And I know, honestly, and we've played around with others, and we just understand that we're the core. We are us. We're together. We've been together almost 14 years. And we were friends before. And no matter what, we're there for each other. And honestly, sex is sex. It's a physical interaction between human bodies. And with Merc and I, it's heart and soul. So honestly, I mean, if he wants to do things with this, that, and the other, or I want to do things with this, that, and the other, as long as we're honest with each other, there might be a little jaded jealousy, but we're honest. Jealousy is human nature, just like polyamory is honestly human nature.
Exactly.
So what you're telling me, Red, is I have a chance.
Everybody's got a chance as long as they're decent human beings.
Okay, that just kind of disqualifies me.
Ah, you're a decent human being. I've heard you talk.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm the one that's not so decent.
Poor Wolfie.
But no, seriously, I told Merc a long time ago that I decided, even when I was about 19 years old, that with my Christian upbringing, that men were not meant to be monogamous creatures. Women,
you're still alive, right?
Yeah, I don't give a flying fuck. But women, we're meant to find and we connect on a chemical level with our partners and our children. And for the life of me right now, because of the alcohol, I can't remember what the name of the chemical is, but we're meant to bond with our partners and our
Oxytocin.
children. Thank you, oxytocin. And honestly, my 17-year-old's decided that whoever she decides to have children with, she's going to give them oxytocin to make sure they bond better with her and the children. Which, who knows? That could work. I'm curious to see how that works out. But honestly, women were meant to love and nurture many. Ours and others than ours. And men are meant to go out and put it in holes. And be the protectors, the defenders, and I don't understand.
Girl.
I don't
have a
understand.
Different view, to be honest with you. I think that a lot of it comes down to choice, and I think you can choose to be in a polygamous relationship, which is fine. That's how people do it. But I mean, I've seen plenty of guys who have gone their entire life with one person and have never strayed or anything. So it does come down to personal choice.
Right, and honestly, I could do with Mercolium as my only partner for the rest of my life. I really could. He's a great lover, a great father, a great provider, a great man. I mean, he is the best I could ever hope to attain for. But if he ever wanted to bring in another male or female, whatever, I would be open to it because why? I'm in charge of hearth and home and making sure whatever's here in my home and my heart is complete.
Okay, all joking aside, Red, I want to find a woman like you because you actually... No, I'm being 100% serious. You are actually, like, a real woman. And most people my age, like, they're girls or they're boys. There's not a lot of men. There's not a lot of women. There's a lot of boys. There's a lot of girls. And it fucking annoys me because I cannot meet very many people my age that I can have an honest-to-God discussion with.
Honestly, that's why... I really wish, other than the fact that my last child almost killed me, I would be willing to have other children just to try to help propagate understanding of human nature and people in general, and just being in touch with who you as a human being are, not with what society pretends you are, not with what your parents pretend you are, not with what your friends pretend you are, not with what you pretend you are, but with who you truly are. And I have 3 daughters, thank God, that I'm putting out in the world, thanks to my ex-husband for my first one, and thanks to Mercolium for the younger 2, to put out in the world that there's still a chance. And I know there's other women out there and other men out there putting sons in the world with the same aspect that you're human, you will err, but you will also succeed. And just all this bullshit snowflakiness, triggerness of either side, other side, whatever, there's humanity at the core of it all.
Right.
That's where you and I get along, because I see the same thing.
Honestly, people are like, oh, what side are you on? I'm on humanity's side, and we're fucking losing.
Sage words.
I ain't even that old yet.
You don't
I have
have to be
to
old
thank
to
my
be wise.
Bible Belt family for that one. So, but this has been good talk. Unfortunately, Sir Adamantine and Benihana haven't said much. I think we put them to sleep.
I'm here.
Here. What are
I'm not-
your 2 cents of wisdom?
Well, I just simply don't believe in relationships, so it makes it much simpler.
You got to relate to the human you're with to have a relationship.
No, you just need to have sex.
Yeah, sex. Yeah, that's a form of relation. The cardinal relations.
I'm one of those people who's easily suffocated, so.
Good to know if I ever need to kill you.
Well,
I'm not saying I'm going to. I'm just saying this is good information to have in the back pocket.
it's always nice to be able to walk away.
Yeah, it's unfortunately with me being who I am, even if people really fuck me over, it's really hard for me to walk away from them. If I've involved you in my life in any form, walk away from me. Even you, chat, who accuse me of ignoring the chat. I'm not ignoring it. I've got one goddamn screen. Fuck off. Not ignoring you. I just can't read and type. So, and then pop up all my little goddamn tabs. Although I am minimizing a lot of them and deleting a lot of them. But this has actually been a lot of fun. This really has. So, unfortunately, Geek Thulu, fucking Cuck Thulu, is too good for us tonight.
He was at the store.
Yeah, but that was like 3 hours ago. God damn it. And I told him I'd give him the fucking link if he wanted it. But whatever. He's got other pussy to chase.
You know I always chase yours. I'm the wolf, remember?
Ow. So, all right.
I think you two really, need to make some sort of Little Red Riding Hood video.
I'm gonna have
Definitely.
to get Wolfie, Mercs, and Pagan and Bunny's permission for that before we do that. But I think that would be fucking hilarious as shit to run some kind of little cartoon parody of that.
Oh, they'd allow it.
I'm sure Merc would allow it too. He would pull some kind of because honestly, his persona is a ninja assassin type person, like quiet in the background, and once you realize he's there, it's kind of bad juju. So, but all right, I'm gonna give you all a chance to plug yourselves, and then I'm gonna wrap this up.
I've already plugged myself, but Red, I would love a chance to plug you.
Honesty.
I'm going to hell.
At least you'll have friends, honey. At least you'll have friends.
Oh.
All right, so let's see who's left in my hands. God damn it, I gotta pull up the other goddamn window. So, all right. So, American, where can people find you besides in other people's chats?
I guess you can go to my channel, American Phoenix. Not really a lot of content right now, but I'm working on adding more. Right now, I'm just doing a video series on all the states that I drive through.
Have you typed in the chat by chance?
Yes, earlier. And you did make me you gave me a wrench the last time I was here, so I almost abused my powers.
If you type again right now, then the 4 that are listening to our meanderings can actually go to the section and click, go to that person's channel. So if you type
I'm on my cell phone, so I can't actually do that without getting off of the call.
Ah, true. All right. Well, maybe when we're done, you do that, and I will always throw those that have involved themselves in my debauchery into my description and links. So, but all right. What about you, Benny Hanna, or did you pass out, dear heart? Annie.
No, I'm good.
You want to plug yourself while others envision themselves plugging you?
I already did earlier.
You can always get one last plug off out.
Nah, it's fine.
All right. All right. What about you, Sir A?
Just Twitter at Sir Adam and Team.
Honestly, your avatar threw my daughter off. She's like, "Wait, what?" She was staring, trying to figure out what was behind the bar. She had no clue. She's like,
Yeah.
"What's that?" And I'm like, "You just close your eyes. I will shrink the chat.
Just be happy the bar is there.
Right?" All right, Sir Wolfie, sir, plug yourself.
I am Sir Wolfie. I have the Church of Sir Wolfie. It is not a regular church. It is a church of debauchery. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Come kneel for me.
Or kneeling, come for
Why do I feel like I've found a new home here?
I think you found a place to fit in just right. All right, and then of course we had the Mercolium, and you can find him at the Mercolium, and we do our show that he was completely in charge of creating. All I do is talk to people and try to coerce them into our debauchery on Sundays. He does everything else. But you can catch that on Sundays this week because he is a coach and he has 2 games back to back, Saturday and Sunday. This week it'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning our time, Pacific Standard Time. Usually you can catch us at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on Sundays. So, but other than that, you can catch me, the Red and Only, on our midweek windup. And depending on our host, or not our host, our guests level of intoxication or availability. It'll either be Wednesdays or Thursdays at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And we'll be here chatting up and being just generalized autism. It's great. It'll be fun. We'll touch on serious subjects. We'll joke about it, whatever. And I'll try to keep it into an hour next time. But this has just been fun and just amusingness altogether. So, but I appreciate everybody who came out. I really do. Oh, and then we had Agnosis Paradigm. And I will get everybody's contact info to put in the description. So if anybody comes back later to figure out who was here or who's too embarrassed to admit they were here, that's altogether different. But I thank you all, and I will talk to you later. Say good night, kids.
Good night, kid.
Good night.
Come kneel for me.
On your
The Phoenix shall rise.
Oh, and then we will actually, I will start featuring the Spot Wants to Know, the Red Junior, once a week, because she has a lot of questions for adults other than her mother and father.
Sweet.
Night.